Tonight on the podcast, we're talking Cobra Kai Season 4, Cowboy Bebop live action getting canceled, Halo TV series, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 trailer, the Game Awards, the Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, and of course, we got you up to date on the most recent episode of Hawkeye. Let's get into it. It is Friday night in Phoenix, and you guys are tuned in to the best damn geek podcast in all of the land, the Absolute Geek Podcast. I am Matt.
I'm Lance.
I'm Max.
Welcome, gentlemen, to another beautiful Friday night in this beautiful, beautiful December where it's finally cooling down into wintertime weather here in the Phoenix area. So you guys are enjoyed that. Hope you guys got a little bit of rain yesterday.
Did. I was asleep for all of it, but yeah.
I was not. My dog has got the shits. So until 4:30 in the morning, every hour, I was taking my dog out to go shit. And I don't know what she ate, but I was pretty pissed off. And of course, like, she needs to do this on a night that it's raining outside and it's freezing cold. And
which of your 17 dogs was this?
It's not 17. It was Roxy. She didn't sleep all night.
I apologize, Stumbling Jedi. And he says, "No, Matt, the best podcast. Drop the geek." All right. Well, Lance, I feel like between your 25 kids and your 19 dogs, you're over here complaining about
not even close to accurate.
Putting a picture of your 17th daughter passing out on the couch, being like, she's gonna be up all night. Now you're complaining about your dog shitting all night. Sounds like you got problems.
The one that really pissed me off.
It sounds like problems a swift shot to the nuts in your earlier years would have fixed.
I don't know how that handles the dog situation, but the one that really pissed me off is that she woke me up once to go, and I walked outside, and she literally squatted in the grass and just farted. I was pissed. Just farted.
Stumbling Jedi's right, though. He says it's better to be pissed off than shit on. I agree. He is right. 100%.
I hear that's fascinating to look forward to.
I haven't by the kid yet, luckily. But I do have a really funny story. We came home from a trip.
You haven't by the kid, but what about by the wife?
Not by the wife either.
Oh, okay. I was just clarifying because you're like, I haven't by the kid yet. You were very specific on
well, I'm pretty sure the dogs. I think I have been crapped on by the dogs. No, I don't think I have that either.
I've never been crapped on by my dog. I've stepped in crap, but I have never been crapped on.
Well, I don't think I have either. I think I was wrong. I don't know. I can't remember. One of the foster kids might have. We had quite a few. But anyway, one time we came home from dinner or a trip or something, and James had his diaper was pretty darn full, just wet though. So we took it off and we were about to change him. And we literally had him naked for 30 seconds. And he walked into the kitchen, squatted down. And then when he stood up, boom, turd right in the middle of the kitchen on the floor. I was just like, gosh, dang it, kid. We left you naked for 30 seconds. Oh, and there was a pee spot somewhere too. But luckily it's tile. It wasn't a big deal to clean out, but those are the joys of being a parent.
Yeah, I can't wait for those blowouts.
Dude, blowouts are the worst.
Yeah, blowouts aren't fun at all.
Hey, Matt, when do you want me to put this link for this tiered list that we were talking about?
Did you make it?
I made it. I did.
I mean, you
did something right tonight.
You can put the link anyways. Anytime you want to give it to Max, and we'll let him run it.
There it is.
Sounds great. I can do that. Guys,
it's in there several times apparently.
No. You don't need to link it to them. They're gonna just talk about it, and we're gonna do it. So you don't need to link it to them.
Oh well,
we're gonna be the ones moving it around. It's fine.
Gotcha.
It's all good. I don't think they're gonna have access to this link.
We'll let you run it then, since you have it all set up there, Lance.
Cool. I misunderstood. I thought they would be voting on it.
So while everyone's sitting here going, "What the are they talking about?" So we're going to do something new on the show tonight where we have a list of the top movies coming out in 2022 and shows coming out in 2022. And we're going to rank them from what we think are going to be like S tier, the best shows, what we think will be bad, and will they even come out that year? So, and you guys get to join in that too. So you get to help us decide where you can be the tiebreaker essentially if we need one. So I think it'll be
and let's put biases aside, Max. Not every DC movie is going to be top tier.
Yes, sir. But every Star Wars is.
I like how he didn't even have to disagree. He's just like, all right, cool, whatever, whatever you say, man.
I think there's only like,
dude, and there's plenty of things not even on the list that we're going over. I don't think Halo's on there. The Halo show, it's not even on the list. There's so much coming out next year.
Halo's been promised for like it feels like 20 years.
But I think a lot of
that's
that
actually real now.
Yeah,
we actually have a trailer. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. All right,
I think a lot of this stuff was before, like, because I think the Halo show, I know it was talked about, but I don't think it had a release date announced until the Game Awards, until yesterday.
They had previously said it was coming out in 2022, but like other times it was just rumors that a Halo show was going to be coming out. Now there's actually, like, they cast people, they've had set photos, now they have a trailer, like it's real. Now it's real. But I mean, whether it's going to be good or not, we'll see.
Just as a reminder, guys, we are coming up on the holidays. So if you're just listening to this, or if you're listening to this on the playback on any of your podcasting destinations, we are taking submissions for your favorite episodes of the Absolute Geek Podcast from the past year to put together and make a compilation to release on Christmas Eve, which is Friday the 24th, as we won't probably be having a show that night, as we all have families and lives, as I'm sure you do too. So we're going to release that. So we're going to ask you what your favorite moments from the past year is. We compile them all in one episode and release it as a teaser. And also next week, we have Spider-Man No Way Home. We're going to be talking about it, but we will not be releasing spoilers till after the new year. Next week is also my last show until after my daughter's born. So
I was like, wait, you're quitting?
Yeah. So I told Aaron too. I said, you know what? With everything that's going on and the way things are going, I'm gonna in the chat, Max. There you go. Good shit. Good job, Max. Didn't even have to say.
I got it. You don't have to say anything. I'll catch the spam.
Yeah. So with everything that's going on with the baby, I told the same thing to Aaron. I was like, with everything that's going on with the baby, I think the 17th should be my last show because everything's kind of up in the air right now. And she was like, "You're quitting for good?" And I was like, no, just till after the baby's born. She's like, "Oh, okay." So,
what did she sound like? Excited of that prospect?
No.
Or like,
no. She's super supportive.
My wife would have been like, "Think of all the activities we can do."
No. There's just, I mean, I'll bring people up to speed, but like we've had our baby's measuring ahead. Erin is only 33 weeks. She'll be 34 weeks on this Sunday. She's measuring 36.5 weeks. The baby's measuring at 6 pounds, 6 ounces, but the baby's sitting breech. So they're going to do some stuff after Christmas to try to turn the baby, which could send her into labor. Or if the baby doesn't move, they're going to schedule a C-section for her. So it's just kind of hit or miss on what's going to happen. So I think just having the 17th be my final show until after the baby's born is a good way to go about it. I might jump in with the guys if I can, but I have full faith.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I have nothing but absolute faith in these guys that they're going to put together amazing shows for you.
Misguided.
While I'm gone.
I mean, let's be real here. We haven't talked about this, but the 17th is probably going to need to be our last show of the year. I mean, the next Friday is Christmas Eve. The Friday after that is New Year's. So
that is a good point. Well, yeah, so that is a good point. So we'll have.
I mean, I'm not podcasting Christmas Eve.
Oh, I know.
Or New Year's Eve. Like I'm going to be busy.
No, I'm totally with you, man.
So last one of the year, but you'll probably be gone a few more after that because you're going to be busy.
Yeah.
With the baby,
so. Well, then we're going to have to actually talk and get together and record something. Pre-record something because we're going to have to do the New Year's episode too. So.
Absolutely.
The year in review episode. So we'll have to figure that out. But
we have some plans.
We'll have content for you guys on the Fridays, on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, regardless if we're live or not. So that's all I'm gonna say.
So let me ask you. So the listeners are voting on their most favorite episodes of the year, right? What are your guys' most favorite?
Well, it would be most favorite moments from an episode. Yeah,
mine's got to be the theme song.
I was gonna say that too. That was one of my favorite moments of the year.
The theme song's pretty good. I mean, there's
the first 5 minutes of Kyle talking about buying Land on the Moon was really good. The next 15 minutes, I got a little tired of it. But the first 5 minutes was one of my favorite moments of the year. That was funny.
I gotta say, I know Lance hates it, but the brick oven pizza thing was pretty funny. And it still is pretty funny, just because of how adamant you were. Like,
I'm still adamant.
No,
it existed.
It existed.
See, it's funny. I listened to like all of our episodes back, but I haven't listened to that one because it was the Eternals spoiler episode, and I hadn't watched Eternals. I really need to go back and watch this because, man, I'm missing out on some inside jokes.
I think I'm growing as a person because when you guys said, "Hey, we can't spoil Spider-Man the day after," normally I'm the guy that's like, "I can't do it. Like, I can't. I'm incapable of being spoiler free because every little thing like that I don't think is a spoiler is apparently a spoiler." But this is the first time I was like, "Yeah, you guys are right."
Yeah, you might need to keep your mouth shut for a lot of that review.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the private chat and I'm gonna say, "Hey guys, I'm gonna say this," and then you guys got to give me the okay.
Yeah, you might have to run that past the panel first before it's like, maybe is that a spoiler? Oh, I don't know.
Basically, Lance, you need to say I liked it or I didn't like it.
I'm essentially only going to talk about things that I saw in the posters.
There you go.
I'm like, well, Doc Ock's in it.
I think
Green Goblin's in it.
I think trailers and posters are fair game.
You can say how you think the performance of how performances were.
Let's just say
if it turns out
totally in depth.
If it turns out that the two Spider-Men are in the movie, maybe don't say that Andrew Garfield's performance was really good. Let's not spoil it, even though we all pretty much know.
I heard that after the movie releases, like almost immediately, there's gonna be 2 movie posters coming out with them too. I've read that in several places.
At that point, like,
no, but it's like I think hopefully by the time we do our show, those 2 movie posters will be out.
Stumley Jetta says Moving Day, worst episode of the year. Yeah,
I agree, man. We were sad. We were like, what? Like,
yeah, we were bummed out.
Yeah, it's.
But then later in the year, it turned out that Couch Crunchers shuttered and then kind of turned into AGP.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
it's going to be hard for me to pick a good one for this year because I actually have to go back and listen to stuff pre-Moving Day and then after, because it's hard to remember what happened at the beginning of the year. But
yeah,
we'll figure it out.
I know you were on our show a couple times. I think
you were on Couch Crunchers a bunch.
Yeah, because I think the beginning of the year. Did we talk about Parasite? Was that this year or was that last year?
That was last year.
Yeah, that was last
Holy
year.
Shit. Well, the last 2 years have just kind of like,
oh yeah,
merged together. Yeah,
because they've been sitting in our houses.
It's like 2020-ish, 2021-ish.
Sitting in our houses trying to hide out from Omicron. But
Autobots assemble.
The other thing is we are quickly approaching. We are 5 episodes away from our 300th episode. 300 episodes of the
we got Tom Holland coming on.
Yeah,
Robert
Tom Hardy, Roseanne
Tom
Barr.
Hardy, absolutely.
We're gonna have Roseanne Barr. She might spout off some
Henry Cavill.
Uncolorful comments.
So. Those are all fine and dandy, but I'm excited for Alexandra Daddario.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I heard Alex Trebek is going to make an appearance from Beyond the Grave. Things are going to be crazy.
What?
Man.
So a little bit of Couch Crunchers nostalgia. If this was the 300th of Couch Crunchers, I would legit try really hard to get Stephen Amell, because our first 15 episodes we mentioned him in every single one, and we said his name wrong every time.
Nobody knew how to say his name. Nobody knew how to say his
Stephen
name.
Amell, Stephen Amell, Stephen Amell. Yep.
I think if this was Stephen, the 300th episode of the Couch Crunchers, I'd demand that all of you sit in one room around one microphone and have that conversation.
Dude, that's what was our first few episodes, man.
Yeah, we did some episodes.
Like a special round table that we could all sit around and put a mic in the middle of it.
Because you guys, we had, at the beginning, we had crappy like $30, $40 mics. And then I bought this one, which isn't like the nicest ever, but it's like $100 mic. It's much nicer than what we had. And yeah, we would just crowd around this one and all talk into it. And it sounded better than when we all had our own individual crappy mics. And then people finally started buying better mics and audio quality improved significantly.
I wish I never bought that blue mic. This mic was cheaper and it freaking is a champ, man. I love it.
I love my blue.
Yeah.
You're my boy, Blue.
Boy.
Oh, dude, I think I'm going to watch that movie tomorrow.
You know what movie I watched yesterday that I was like, man, this movie is still enjoyable? The first Transformers. The first and second Transformers.
I'll agree with you on the first one.
The third one goes off the rails a little bit.
Oh, the third one was awesome. I love the third one.
Is that the one with the Jason Statham's girlfriend?
Yes. Yes.
What's her name? Rosie.
I don't know her name. Some blonde model. She's not really very good at acting.
And then because the first two are Megan Fox, and then she left, and then it really goes south when Mark. It's a Transformer.
Wahlberg. The Mark Wahlberg ones are awful, dude.
Yeah,
that's when I was finally like, this series is bad. I don't even remember the fifth movie, like that he did.
The second one was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, the second one he did, it was awful. And the second
one Shia did was bad, right?
It wasn't. I liked the action, but it was kind of a dumb movie. But I liked the first one. The first one's a cool movie. I
like the first two, and then they kind of go off the rails. But yeah, good stuff.
Bumblebee is by far the best of the entire franchise.
Bumblebee was pretty solid.
It is. Bumblebee is my favorite, and I've still only seen it the one time. I really need to rewatch that movie.
Bumblebee's good.
Haley
I think that has a lot to do with Haley Steinfeld, right? Which
Absolutely.
We'll get into her a little bit later.
I'd like to get into her.
Oh boy.
Talk about ugly ducklings, dude. When she was in True Grit, like you can barely tell it's the same girl.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you watch her in that movie Edge of 17 if you haven't seen it. It's on Netflix with Woody Harrelson.
Have you seen that one, Max?
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude, that movie is so good. I love that movie.
She's kind of an ugly duckling in that one too, but she blossoms into a beautiful swan. A beautiful swan. All right, well, let's
go ahead.
Get a little bit of geek news this week.
Fuck yeah.
Let's do it.
We got our first trailer for Cobra Kai Season 4, Fight for the Soul of the Valley, coming in December 31st, New Year's Eve. What a way to ring in the new year with some Cobra Kai.
Where'd it go?
I'm messing with stuff because it was covering our logo, but...
that's going to happen. Just put it up.
So, yeah.
We still got it in the corner.
Cobra Kai Till You Die. We got the return of Terry Silver. If you don't know, Terry Silver was from Karate Kid 3.
Yeah, I had to do some hunting for that because I was like, where have I seen this guy? Because Karate Kid 3 is a blur to me.
Or you could have just used looked at the chat when Max said, hey, where's that other guy from? And I said Karate Kid 3.
Yep. Matt was my research. That was all the research I needed.
Yeah, Karate Kid 3, Miyagi doesn't want to train Daniel for the next All Valley, so he joins Cobra Kai, and he's going to fight for Cobra Kai, and Terry Silver, his plan is to basically make Daniel beat himself up and use him as a tool. So that's where Terry Silver comes in, is Karate Kid 3, but Miyagi ends up
so long as Terry Silver, the new... Like, is he training Daniel, or is he?
So he takes over Cobra Kai after Johnny's gone, and after like he brings them back after Daniel and Miyagi pretty much demolish them. So that's that's what he does. So it's they bring him back, which is an interesting choice. Not a very fan favorite movie in Karate Kid 3, but you know. It's
yeah, they're trying to pull on all the movies though. I get it. This whole show is about nostalgia.
Yeah.
But it's a great show. Even if you didn't watch Karate Kid, you should be watching this show.
When do you think Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan make an appearance?
You know what? I don't think they would because they're really big names.
It's totally different universe, but like the
But
same.
I think that'd be cool if they made a cameo.
Ish loved the Karate Kid 3.
He also said he loved
A man
the
can't
third
see, he can't
Transformers
fight.
movie, and like, yeah, dude.
Russo blasts
Honestly,
the guy
like,
in the nose in the club.
This I love this show. That trailer got me more excited than any of the previous seasons. Like this season looks really good.
Yeah, I'm just glad in general that Netflix picked it up. Which is a funny thing to say because Netflix also is like the worst offender for canceling stuff. But yeah, dude. But I think it improved the quality. YouTube Red or whatever. I'm glad they started the show because it's good. But
let's be honest. I mean, if we go by Netflix standards, so this was already on 3 seasons before Netflix picked it up. So we're gonna get 2 seasons before Netflix picked it up. So Netflix did season 3. They'll probably do this one and then 5 and then cancel it after 5.
Probably, and I'm okay with that if 5 has a resolution. Haven't they already confirmed 5? I feel like we talked about this.
They already said that
they were filming them back to back.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like after 5 by Netflix standards, it probably won't go that far. Like because usually they're notorious for like 3 seasons and done.
2 seasons and done a lot of the time. Yeah, so, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, Netflix, they're canceling like. The worst offender, in my opinion, is Santa Clarita Diet. Like that one, I felt like came out of because I haven't met anybody that doesn't like that show.
I've never.
Yeah, that's oh, it's so good,
dude. It's really good. Like everybody that's seen that show tells me they love that show, and then they canceled it. And
I think the problem, like for me, that show came out at like the same time as like The Walking Dead was at the highest. So like by the time I caught on to it, I was like zombied out. So
yeah, I get it, but it's such
a zombie show.
Yeah, it's such a different take. And if you're live with us on YouTube, you'll notice I switched the slide over to the fact that Cowboy Bebop was canceled. I feel like our conversation is just naturally encompassing both topics. So yeah, that's kind of what we're referring to, man. Netflix is just constantly canceling crap. And Santa Clarita Diet was a great show. Sucks that it got canceled. Cowboy Bebop I haven't seen.
It says Cobra Kai is the fucking best show ever. It is.
It is one of the best shows ever. It's so good.
So Stumbling said they canceled OA. OA's first season was phenomenal. Second season, not so much. That show deserved to get canceled. So really, the first season, like they didn't need to make a second season, but it's like kind of trippy. It's with I don't even remember her name.
Is that the name of the show? OA.
OA.
No.
It might be the OA. It's really good.
Does StreamYard filter out comments that have swear words in them? Because it's freaking his comment about it being the best effing show ever isn't even in the StreamYard chat. It's only on YouTube.
It's because on YouTube you have to okay it. So I don't think it comes in through StreamYard because you have to okay it through YouTube.
Oh, okay. But yeah, dude. So I like Netflix shows. I mean, The Witcher season 2 is coming out here next week. Same day Spider-Man comes out, and I'm stoked. I like Stranger Things. I like Umbrella Academy. I like Lock and Key. You know, there's a lot of Netflix content I like. But I worry now, man. If Netflix says they're picking up a show that I want to see,
boys, keep it clean tonight.
I was just curious. I don't care if you guys swear, but I would honestly at this point Netflix cancels stuff so quickly that if I hear a franchise that I love is going to be picked up by Netflix, I'm kind of going to be disappointed. Because I just don't feel like there's going to be any longevity. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Well, Manifest, I mean, it broke a bunch of records for Netflix, and Netflix got pushed in a corner to pick it up. And they're like, okay, we're just going to give them 1 season, and they can finish it. But, like, the whole story is, like, 3 seasons, like, that they wanted to do. But I don't like this one-and-done crap. Like... I feel like a lot of shows, especially with streaming, where they're releasing it all at once and there's all this competition to watch all these other shows too, that streaming allows me the opportunity to go into a show later. Like they should at least give it 2 seasons, especially a show like this, because I loved Cowboy Bebop.
I think the thing with Cowboy Bebop is that like if you're an anime fan, an old school anime fan, and you watch this anime, like I did, like I'm sure Max or not Max, but Sam has. I know Sam has. Any anime heads, it was fun. It was a little bit. It was just enough of a difference between the anime with a lot of the same stuff you saw in the anime to make it enjoyable. I don't think the casual masses caught on to the show because the show didn't have that big explosion of like word of mouth like you get with like
marketing wasn't heavy on it really.
The Squid Games, and you got with something like Stranger Things or Lock and Key
or Tiger King
Tiger King. You don't get that. You didn't get that explosion of a word of mouth from this show, so I don't think it performed as well as they were hoping for the budget that this show demands, because you got to think like all the CGI they have to do for the spaceships and all the fighting and the costumes, and like I'm sure this show had to be so budget heavy that the response didn't warrant, although it's not terrible, it didn't warrant a second season for them to pull all that money into it.
Well, I feel like they didn't like really. Everywhere I turn, every advertisement is like Stranger Things or Lucifer got advertised heavily, and like all these other shows get advertised heavily. This one felt kind of swept under the rug, so like it didn't even feel like they really had faith in it.
Well, Lucifer had a following coming over from network,
but it grew. It grew, like it grew quite a bit after Netflix got it, because Fox didn't believe in it either.
Put that comment back up, Max, that you just put on the screen. Like Ish says, makes me not want to invest time into streaming shows unless there's second or third season confirmed. We keep getting burned lately.
For sure. Absolutely.
And that's true. But like I think Netflix with this was banking on the popularity of the anime with old school anime heads to drive this and to get that word of mouth out there. But I just don't think the casual viewer isn't going to invest the time in it. And like I said, there wasn't usually, even when normally in our circle, when we're fans of something and it comes out, it comes back to you. So like if you're watching Squid Games or if you're watching Tiger King or whatever, you've watched it, but somehow someone in the group is like, oh man, have you watched this? And like it gets back around to you and like resuggested to you. And this has not yet been resuggested to me by anybody that I talk to, even like anime heads.
Lance is the only one that's told me to watch this.
I thought it was fucking awesome, dude. Like I thought it was so cool, but I have no, like, I know what the character from Cowboy Bebop looks like from the anime. That's it. I had no idea. I thought his name was Cowboy Bebop. It's not.
No,
it's not.
I thought it was a Western. I didn't know anything about it either. I knew it was.
It is kind of like a space Western. Like,
yeah, but I thought it was like legit a Western. The only thing I knew about it was that my cousin, when I was, I don't know, probably 11 years old, I went to their house and he raved about how great Cowboy Bebop was and he loved it. And I talked to him about it like yesterday, and he was saying how, because we were talking about Wheel of Time and how they've changed a lot of stuff from the books, and the adaptation is a lot different, and he understands that. But he said with Cowboy Bebop that it was like pretty okay until the ending. Like according to him, the ending of Cowboy Bebop season 1 was like an insult.
Oh, I thought it was awesome.
I don't know. He thought it was like an insult to the anime fans. So that could be an issue too. I mean, I don't know, but clearly it didn't strike a chord. But it still begs the question of like, I don't. So Ish says he doesn't want to watch any streaming show till second or third season. For me, it's mostly Netflix at this point. Now, if a show I want to see comes out, I'm going to watch it still. But it does make me
network
leery.
Television's bad at it too.
Well,
I don't watch much Netflix.
Amazon Prime is also guilty in this, because there was a show that I was highly into that I found by chance after The Boys that had Rainn Wilson in it. It was like kind of like this conspiracy theory show where like they were reading this comic, and the comic was depicting this plague that
Utopia
was
or something like that?
Yes, that's the name of it.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal, and they left it on this giant cliffhanger, and then they canceled it. And so I'm like, okay. So I mean, it's not just Netflix that does it, but
no, every network does it. I just think Netflix is
for it.
I think Netflix is egregious, but maybe it's because they have more originals than anybody else. I'm just trying to think of like any Amazon Prime show that's been canceled that I really wanted to watch. That one happened for you, obviously. I haven't watched that one, but like The Boys got renewed. Even the show Homecoming, which I thought only was going to have one season, got renewed. Jack Ryan got renewed. Like a lot of the ones I watch on Amazon have all gotten renewed.
Yes, Stumbling Jedi. I have watched A Teacher on Hulu.
Isn't that an FX show?
It is an FX show. Yes.
Which
I keep seeing trailers for it.
They're all owned by Disney, FX, Hulu.
Yeah. Well, they were under the FX on Hulu branding, and now they did away with that, so it's just Hulu. Just FX,
A Teacher's pretty good. It has what's her name? Kate Mara. Is that her name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was Sue Storm in the remake of Fantastic Four.
And it has the kid from Maid.
He's
in Jurassic World.
Drunken. Yeah, it's good show.
They do this crap to me all the time, man. Like I got really into Teenage Bounty Hunters. Like my wife and I love that show. They canceled it. There's another show on Amazon called Panic, I think, where it was about like these games. The seniors would all play these like life-threatening games, and whoever's the last person standing won like a buttloads of money or whatever. They canceled it. Like they all do it. Hulu is the only one that I feel like if you like, first of all, I feel like they have the most obscure stuff. Hulu, like Dave, Atlanta, Hit Monkey, like they have all this obscure stuff, and then they'll let it ride a couple seasons. Like Dave, I don't think I heard anybody talking about it the first season.
Oh, I raved. I would tell anybody that would listen to me about Dave.
Oh, yeah. I loved it. I tuned in probably by episode 4. Like I was watching it, but I didn't hear it like I heard Atlanta. Like everybody was talking about Atlanta, but I didn't hear about Dave like I did Atlanta. Or Letterkenny. Letterkenny, like Hulu keeps bringing that back. And now Letterkenny's got like a huge following, but the first couple seasons, mainly because it was only on Canada, but it wasn't this huge. I first heard about it from you, Matt.
Well, Letterkenny grew its popularity on Twitter and on YouTube because they had shorts called Letterkenny Problems, and then those shorts grew in popularity to where they would turn them. Crave approached them and they turned them into a TV show, and then Hulu later picked it up. So Hulu's only had Letterkenny for a couple of, I want to say maybe 4 seasons now, if that. So, but Ish says there's a difference between made for Netflix shows and syndicated shows that Netflix has. Cobra Kai is a Sony show. Last Kingdom is BBC, so the Netflix can't cancel them. Now, Cobra Kai was made for
continue carrying them.
Yeah, but Cobra Kai was made for YouTube Red, and I thought Sony bought the rights to Cobra Kai, or not Sony, but I thought Netflix bought the rights to Cobra Kai, so actually Netflix owns Cobra Kai.
That was my understanding.
But the production company. So like it's the same way that network television works, right? Like think of Last Man Standing, right? Last Man Standing, its first few seasons, I want to say was on Fox.
No, or ABC. Yes, it was. It was on Fox. Its first like 8 seasons was on.
It was produced by ABC and then was put on Fox, and that's why ABC was able to pick it up after.
No, so, like, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It was ABC.
Whatever it was, the one that picked it up after was the production company.
Fox was the second. Yeah.
Yeah. Think of Supergirl, for instance. Supergirl started as a CBS show. Warner Brothers was the production company. CBS canceled Supergirl, and Warner Brothers put it on CW. Right. So production companies and the channel that you actually are watching on are 2 different things.
Okay. Yeah. Well, like I thought it was my understanding that they sold all of like the production and everything for Cobra Kai to Netflix, but I guess
that's very possible.
If Sony's still producing it, so he's saying Cobra Kai is a Sony production distributed by Netflix. So then, yeah, that's.
But Netflix can say,
we're not going to carry.
We're canceling this because Netflix is paying Sony to make it.
Yeah.
So there is a cost there. Like the reason these production companies make these shows is to sell the show to a channel or to a streaming service, and that streaming service has to pay that production company. That's why often you'll see like Lucifer was on Fox. Well, Warner Brothers and Fox have no relationship with each other, right? But it's lucrative for Warner Brothers to sell a show to Fox because Fox pays Warner Brothers. So Fox could say, hey, we're not going to pay you anymore. And that's why you often hear about shows being shopped around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
But Sony can
Amazon
say buy to Netflix and take it to Amazon.
Yes, exactly. Or Marvel making the Netflix shows. You know, Marvel could have easily released those shows on the Disney Channel or Disney XD or whatever, but they chose Netflix. So
Stumbling's confused. I agree. It's confusing. Stumbling.
Just think streaming channels and networks are different than production companies. That's all you
and
have.
it gets even more into the weeds for me when you look at we're going to talk about it next. Halo is owned by Microsoft, but they sold the show to be done by Showtime, but that's coming out on Paramount Plus. And I know Paramount owns Showtime, so that's a little bit different, but it's just like all these levels of separation. So
yeah. Suddenly says, Lance, start this over.
No.
It's rather simple, but I might be bad at explaining it, you know.
No, I think you're explaining
I'm understanding it well enough. I just think it's unimportant.
They own it's like movies. Like they own the distribution rights to the show or to distribute it, but they don't own the production rights. They don't outright own the production. So they can shop it around to distribute it other places.
Yeah, like Letterkenny, Hulu has no involvement in making that show. Hulu, but in Canada it says it's a Crave online and it's released there first, and then when it comes over here to Hulu, it says a Hulu original. Well, it's not a Hulu original, but it is here in the States.
Oh, I think. So, see, I don't know when it comes to Letterkenny because I know they definitely pay those guys money. They get Hulu money to produce that show. So I think their
contract is with Crave, and then Crave sells it to Hulu. Hulu bought the rights from Crave.
I don't know because it's only on Crave a day before Hulu. So it comes out on Crave on Christmas Day, and it's on Hulu the next day. So I think there's something in the contract that says that it goes on Crave the day before it comes to the States. They get it in Canada before it comes here. So it's only 1 day difference.
That's why you'll see a lot of the time, like it kind of works the same way as like some of these old shows that we're watching, like Friends, for instance, is a NBC show, right? I believe NBC.
Well, now you're getting into syndication rights.
Yeah, but it kind of is the same thing. If you can equate the way syndication works to the way production companies work, right? They're essentially just selling the rights to stream it.
I Stumbling Jenner, and I mean Sticks Boys just pointed this out, and it's fantastic. Why are you telling everyone to forget to subscribe?
So I should put that on the same line.
Yeah. We might need to rearrange this a bit. Make the font smaller.
Good eye, Sticks.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Oh,
fixed. I'll fix that later. I even tried testing this.
Wait, how did you even? I don't even know what you just did. Is that in branding or something?
Yeah, he just removed it.
Oh, okay.
That is hilarious.
That's awesome.
The whole I even tried testing it.
Fantastic. Here we go.
Matt, I had my two things, we tried to get 3 windows on here. Matt came on and we're like,
hey,
okay, what does it look like here?
Maybe forget to describe is even better. That might be better. We're telling people don't subscribe to us. It's reverse psychology.
There you go.
We get more subs. I'm kidding. So should we talk about some Halo?
Well, hold on. Before we do that, Max or Lance touch on something. We don't have a slide for it because I completely forgot about it. But how about Charlie Cox being confirmed to be the MCU Daredevil moving forward?
Oh, yeah.
By Kevin Feige.
Yeah, that's super exciting.
I'm waiting for that John Bernthal news
And
to drop.
well, I think it's coming. And news, I think it's coming because one, if you watch the new episode of Hot Ones, Tom Holland is on Hot Ones, and he talks about John Bernthal on there. And
Well, they did another movie together, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
Yeah, they did.
And then also there's been comments out there that Feige is looking to bring back the two original actors that played the other two, the Luke Cage
and Kristen Ritter.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones.
So
Sticks comment in the chat, guys. Yes.
Marvel
loves cocks.
Yes.
I think Kristen Ritter is a get. I don't think they're going to be able to get, what's his name? Is it Mike Coulter?
I think they will. They're going to be able. Marvel's going to be able to get whoever they want.
His show Evil. He'll have two shows running simultaneously. Evil has a huge draw right now.
Yeah,
well,
but I mean,
Jeremy Renner has two shows.
Yeah, I was going to say he could probably do two. They just have to work around his schedule if they want him bad enough.
Jeremy Renner has multiple things going on now. So
how funny would that be? Like they get those four back, and meanwhile Iron Fist, like they're like, no, thank you.
I don't think they're going to
happen.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to bring Iron Fist because of Shang-Chi.
I honestly wonder if they're not even going to do Danny Rand, and if they're going to like take inspiration from this new run that's coming out for the Iron Fist and maybe do that instead.
But I want Colleen. I loved her.
Colleen was great. I agree.
She's the only bright spot of that entire show was Colleen Wing. And the cop wasn't bad.
Stick says, "What's Coulter doing that's more important than getting paid?" Yeah, you ain't gonna get Disney Marvel money. Even no matter how good your show is.
I'm just wondering if he'll be able to do it. Like,
he probably has a contract with
scheduling. With and there's scheduling issues and stuff because he already has a contract. He'd have to sign a new contract. And I just don't know if he'd be able to do it. There's plenty of people that, they get signed on for things and they have to drop out because of scheduling conflicts and stuff. And I mean, isn't that how Scarlett Johansson got the role of Black Widow? Because Emily Blunt was the front runner for that and was even signing contracts for it.
I don't recall.
I'm sure there's times where they have to back out of roles because of scheduling conflicts and things like that. But
yeah, that happens plenty.
What was I going to say? Oh, the other big thing that came out this week too is that it's going around pretty heavily that the actress who playing Shuri, she was injured on the set of Wakanda Forever, and now she's saying she has no interest in working with Disney anymore. So there's rumors going around that she might not even come back to finish Wakanda Forever.
Like she felt like that we put her in a dangerous situation.
So there's been ongoing talks with her vaccination status and kind of everything around that because Disney's moving forward, they're requiring anybody that works with them to be vaccinated. But Wakanda Forever was opted out of that because they started production before Disney put that new rule mandate in place. So, but she's saying because of that mandate and how it's going to affect her moving forward, working with Disney, she doesn't even know if she wants to return to the production of Wakanda Forever. And she's talking about separating herself. So
she's under contract. I wouldn't want to fight those Disney lawyers. Would you? Like, look at Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista got due until his contract runs out.
Yes, but if
no, ScarJo met Blunt during an open skate and whacked her in the knee to get I may be remembering something else though. Yeah, I heard that there were cries of "Why me? Why me?" while it was happening.
That's a movie I still haven't seen that I heard was really good. The Tonya Harding movie.
I haven't seen it either.
But sorry, Max, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say that her contract likely also didn't say you have to be vaccinated. So
right,
that's why I'm saying, who knows? Maybe Disney will be fed up with her enough that they would just release her from the contract. Who knows what's going to happen?
They need her. They need her to make the Chadwick Boseman thing work.
No,
I love Shuri.
They recast. They'll recast that part 100%.
Yeah, they could recast her.
Oh, that's true. They just need the character. They could just get rid of the actress.
And there's a lot of.
I loved her though. I don't want her to be recast.
And there's a lot of rumor going around that although they're not recasting Chadwick Boseman, there's going to be a new Black Panther, and it might not be Shuri. Like there's a lot of talk that M'Baku is going to be the new Black Panther.
Oh,
and
Winston Duke.
They're just not going to recast T'Challa, but you will have a Black Panther that's most likely going to be M'Baku.
I would love it if it was Winston Duke. That guy's awesome.
He is cool.
What movie was he in? The Jordan Peele movie? Was it Us?
I think so.
It was him?
Yeah, I think that was him and Us. That was a good movie.
Him.
Yeah.
I love
that movie. That movie was wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Ish says, what about Darren Cross, Yellow Jacket returning in Ant-Man 3 and MODOK? Yes, I've heard a lot of the rumors of Jim Carrey being MODOK in Ant-Man 3.
But that's not Darren Cross.
But that's not Darren Cross.
No, he was Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
He was.
No,
he was saying.
Ish is saying him returning as MODOK.
No. He says Darren Cross / Yellow Jacket returning in Ant-Man 3 as MODOK. No, really? No. I didn't hear as MODOK. I've heard Jim Carrey being attached to MODOK, but I haven't heard anything about Darren Cross being MODOK.
Darren Cross coming back makes perfect sense because essentially he was just shrunk, right? And like they brought Michelle Pfeiffer back from the same place that I'm assuming Darren Cross went.
Yeah, that's true. You can find him in the quantum realm.
Which I don't know how he would get back.
But all right, well,
I don't know.
Back on track. Let's go. I just wanted to touch on that since you brought it up, but let's touch on the Halo TV show.
So I'm really excited for this, but I didn't feel like the trailer was as exciting as was hoping.
It wasn't.
Okay.
They went with the typical Halo shtick where they hide Master Chief as much as possible.
And they just basically gave us like shots of characters' faces,
close-ups.
Yeah. So it wasn't that cool, but for me, I'm just excited because it's Halo, and Halo Infinite just came out. That's why my name is Max Infinite, and I've been playing that game. And the campaign just came out on Tuesday. The multiplayer's been out for almost a month now, but it's awesome. It's super fun. It's one of my favorite franchises, and I'm stoked that they're doing a show. And his armor looks great, so I'm hoping it's good. I really haven't watched anything on Showtime before. I don't know if their stuff's any good, but I know that they make high budget, so it should be good.
Leftover says more excited for the show. The game is meh.
Leftover Zaggy can be booted from the chat for that.
I haven't played the campaign. Like I don't know. I have not been a big fan of Halo since 363 took it over.
Yeah, I love the originals. Like I played the campaigns. I lost interest. What did they take over with 4 or 3? Max?
4.
Yeah.
So I played 1, 2, and 3. The campaigns, beat them through, loved them. Tried to get into 4, I didn't, and then I just kind of dropped off.
Yeah, I love 4.
I don't even know. Aaron's like agrees with Stick Boy. He said Halo yawn. I don't even think you know what Halo is.
So Chad Bass over on Facebook is saying he's not a fan of the multiplayer. That's interesting, Chad. I really enjoy the multiplayer. I'd be curious to hear why you don't like it.
Halo was that first game that like really like grabbed a hold of the online thing. Wouldn't you say, Max?
Yeah, like, Halo 2. That was like, because during Halo 1 there wasn't Xbox Live yet. You could do like this Xbox Connect thing near the end of it. I never did that. And then you could do LAN parties, which I did quite a bit of. But yeah, Halo 2 was when it really started getting big with Xbox Live. I remember, dude, I didn't have internet at my house until like 2006 or 7, because my parents lived in the age of dinosaurs. So I never could game at home online, which is why when they did like an Xbox thing where they were doing like the 20-year history, it didn't say I ever even owned an original Xbox, which isn't true. It's just that I never logged in online on my own. before I, ended up selling it eventually. But we would go over to my friend's house in his basement, and they had internet, and it was so much fun, man. They had the chat coming in through the speakers. They had people, we had people cussing at us and whatnot when we were teenage kids. It was a blast. Halo 2 was legit. Sup, Travis?
Way to
Travis, you're TikTok there, famous.
Or with sale the show there plans. Travis, right in the middle of him describing something.
I'm used to interrupting Max.
I know what I say isn't important to Lance.
No, I don't know.
I'm kidding. I'm giving you crap.
I just think Halo is such a pivotal, and you kind of explained it right there, Max. I just think Halo is such a pivotal game in the just history of video games. You know
Absolutely
what I mean?
Is. Halo is why Xbox still exists.
Yeah, it's the only.
I mean,
it's
there's
really
a lot of reasons
they have that's like that anybody could really name.
Well, that's not true anymore. But the reason I say that is because when the Xbox was originally announced, they were going up against Nintendo and PlayStation, which were huge, and they didn't really have anything when they first launched. But Halo captivated people, and that's why I'm saying Halo is the reason the Xbox even still exists, because I don't think if Halo had released, I don't know if that console would have surved. I don't know if
not even just
every system needs their spokesperson.
Halo is one of those games that is up there on the Mount Rushmore of first person competitive shooters. That you don't get CS, if you don't have Counter-Strike or some of these other games like Rainbow Six and Halo, like you don't have the competitive multiplayer shooter scene like we have with Call of Duty and Battlefield and all that today. Like you don't have any of that. So Halo is directly responsible. One of the directly responsible games for all of that.
Well, it's one of the first. Was big on PCs for a while before, but it was never like a console thing, right?
Yeah, it's still more of a PC thing. Actually, I don't even know if it's on consoles.
No, Counter-Strike's PC, yeah.
Yeah, so the other reason Halo was so big is because prior to Halo, pretty much all shooters were on PC. They didn't really play the same on
Counter-Strike was on Xbox. We used to have LAN parties with Counter-Strike.
Oh, I'll believe you. Just like brick oven pizzas at Pizza Hut. I'm just kidding. I believe you. But Halo was like one of the first times that you had twin sticks playing a shooter on a console, and it felt good. So yeah, it revolutionized the whole industry. And then Call of Duty, like you can say whatever you want about Call of Duty now, but it definitely changed the game too, when it like got you into more of like the sliding when you would crouch and sprint, and it got you into the zoom down sights and all that stuff. Like that was a big deal when left trigger all of a sudden became aiming down sights, when before that you didn't have to aim down the sights.
Well, I mean, you had
like I said, I believe you.
Counter-Strike was on the original Xbox.
We used to play LAN parties with this all the time.
I believe you. I've never played Counter-Strike, actually.
It's fun. It's more popular on PC than it ever has been on console.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's still relevant on PC.
Like people are gonna say, I'm sure we'll get comments that'll say, "Well, what about GoldenEye?" GoldenEye was a good like multiplayer.
But you had to all sit in the same room.
But this was the first. Let's just say without Halo, without Counter-Strike, without Rainbow Six, you don't have like your MLG competitive online shooter that like you do today.
Yeah, Rainbow Six was huge, but I don't think it was even nearly as big as Halo was. Halo was just like
and I was trying to specify. I said it was the first time you had a twin stick shooter.
Yeah,
like. It was GoldenEye was just different. It had the one, Nintendo 64. You had the one analog stick there, and it basically auto aimed for you that game. Whereas this one you could strafe with the left, just like it is now. Strafe with the left thumbstick and aim with the right thumbstick, and
all these games like borrowed Halo's controller.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. Again, you can say whatever you want about Destiny. You can hate it all you want, but Destiny. So the reason I'm bringing up Destiny is Bungie made Halo. They revolutionized shooters. Then Bungie came out and they created Destiny, and it's this like live service, shared world shooter game thing. They created this genre that you can hate all you want. Like I hate Battle Royale. I think it's a stupid genre, but it's super popular. I can't deny that.
I love
Battle Royale. And everyone, is that Fortnite?
Yeah, Fortnite. But like, what I'm getting at is Bungie created this like new genre that tons of people are now trying to copy. So I just can't wait to see what Bungie does next, because
did they though? Because I kind of feel like they just copy and pasted Halo and Destiny, and
I almost feel like Destiny.
Destiny put multiple hours of my life into Destiny.
Yeah,
like I just feel like it's very much a cut and paste. They've had the property longer, so they've gotten to develop the lore more.
Yeah.
But there's not a whole lot of revolutionary stuff going on with Destiny. A lot of their expansion, Destiny 2 has been going on for years, but a lot of their expansions are copy, paste, repeat, add a little bit of lore, but it's not a whole lot of you're not getting a whole lot of new revolutionary stuff in Destiny.
And that's not even the argument I'm trying to make, because I mean, you're
I
right,
know, but that's my argument for why I don't think Destiny belongs in this conversation.
It doesn't belong in the same conversation. What I'm just getting at is Bungie created basically a new genre of video game, and they also basically revolutionized shooters. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up. I don't think Destiny is going to be as impactful to the gaming world as Halo is. Like, no, they don't belong in the same conversation.
Destiny did take, like, they took the idea of the multiplayer Halo thing and then added in like those loot boxes and stuff like that. Was big.
They mixed like Halo, Call of Duty, and World of Warcraft, and then made it like it's a new thing. It takes elements from a lot of stuff,
and all these other Apex Legends and all that stuff. It basically is like,
all I know is
no,
Destiny,
those are different.
Right?
No, those aren't like Destiny.
Every year they release an expansion for Destiny that's $60 that gives you like 3 or 4 hours of new content, and then once you're done there, it's back to grinding light levels or dancing on the like the home base, the tower,
and it's super addictive. They hook me in every time. I buy every single one full price.
I walked away from Destiny a few expansions ago, and I booted it up the other night, and I was playing it a little bit, and I was like, this game is bad, and I shut it off.
I fundamentally disagree with you.
Compared to what's out now and what's coming out in the next couple of months, I'm just like, there's no value in continuing to play Destiny.
Hey, is that our next slide?
It offers me nothing.
No, but we can.
That's a good ass segue.
It is.
It would be, but no. Let's talk about a different video game franchise then, and the movie Sonic 2, baby.
Well, this goes right into the same thing because it's all Game Awards. But yeah, we got our first trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
So excited.
Featuring Tails and Knuckles. Idris Elba as Knuckles.
Did not get sexy Knuckles in here?
No, I didn't put one in there. Not sexy Knuckles, just Knuckles. Idris Elba made it abundantly clear. He ain't gonna make Knuckles sexy.
So I don't understand what that means. What is
Knuckles.
Sexy Knuckles? He looks like Knuckles to me.
Because of his voice and how all the women think he's sexy. He's a sexy man. Like they over-sexualize.
Oh, Idris Elba?
Yeah, they over-sexualize everything he does. So he's saying that he's not gonna over-sexualize Knuckles. It's just Knuckles. There's no sexy Knuckles.
It's a cartoon character, so I would hope not.
No sexy Knuckles.
I would hope not.
But
yeah, Leftover. I saw that clip. We'll get into that in a minute. The Eclipse.
No sexy
Eclipse trailer.
But I'm excited.
Yeah.
I loved the first Sonic movie.
Oh, dude. I would argue that the first Sonic movie probably is the best video game.
Thank you, Stick Boy. Take a cold shower, Aaron. Thank you.
What about what?
She's going off about Idris Elba being a sexy man.
He is a good-looking man. I'm not gonna lie, he's a good-looking dude.
He is.
Sonic may be my favorite video game adaptation ever, and I think it's the most successful.
Yeah, well, because they're the first franchise that listens to the fans. Now that's good, or that can be blow up in your face, but when they released that first trailer or the first images of what Sonic looked like, everyone was like, God, no. And then they went back and changed it, and then it made fans, they listened to it, and then it kind of made fans, like, I felt like I was obligated because I was one of the people like, this Sonic is terrible. And I felt obligated to go see it after they went back and spent all that time fixing the character model. I was like, all right, I gotta go see
and
this.
He looks fantastic. I just have one gripe with the character design. The eyes are still not connected. That's my one gripe.
That doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother me either.
It's not. I can overlook it because I love the movie, but that I remember that was a big one with the original design. Like the eyes should be connected. The eyes should be connected. They still didn't do it.
Well, at this point, you can't really change it.
No, it was before this one.
Next thing
it was before this one came out. This version of the Sonic, it was the old one, and they kept saying the eyes aren't connected. The eyes aren't connected.
Next thing you know, he'll be pulling a Chris Chan and going into gaming stores and trying to color all the arms flesh toned because they're not supposed to be blue.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, you're right.
And if you don't get that reference, you can look that up on your own because I'm not diving into Chris Chan. That's its own beast. If you don't know,
I'm gonna
who
have
Chris
to look
Chan
that up.
is.
I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I just realized his arms weren't flesh colored. They should.
You are both in for a rabbit hole of a night if you look up Christian Western Chandler.
But I do love the character design. Like I think he looks fucking awesome.
Let's just say I'll just give you
Jim
this.
Carrey looked awesome too.
I'll give you this tidbit on Chris Chan. He is a definitely a special needs person who created his own world and his own character called Sonic Chew, which is a cross between Sonic and Pikachu. And his girlfriend Rose Chew, who he says he's married to, the man who created this says he's married to. Yeah, so it's Rose Chew.
Yeah,
but
Pikachu and
he's got this whole world called Quickville, and it's so absurd about this person. You can find people have done documentaries on. He is the real life Truman Show. Let's put it that way. His life is very well documented online. So all you have to do is look up.
What's his name? Chris Chan.
Chris Chan. All you have to do is look up Chris Chan on Google, and you're gonna have yourself a fantastic Friday night if you have nothing better to do.
All right. So as we've been talking, I've been watching the trailer in the background. My only gripe so far is that Dr. Robotnik still isn't fat. What the F?
Well,
he's got the mustache though.
The mustache,
he does have the mustache. It looks cool.
Fucking perfect.
And Knuckles sounds great with Idris Elba. I like it.
I just like that. I like that boss moment of when Sonic charges at him and Knuckles punches him in the face, and he's like, "What makes you think I need your power?" I was like, "That's dope." But
I like it. Fun.
I am so excited for this movie. I am on board. This movie's gonna be great.
I like that you get Tails flying the plane with Sonic on top of it.
I want to see one scene where Tails flies with his tails.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Sonic.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Gotta happen.
I'm sure you will.
But just everything about this movie just is so like they put the zooming sounds when he goes into the ball. I don't even know what it's called, but like straight from the video game.
Like when he charges
up. The rings, like when he charges up. Yeah. All those sounds, like they didn't try to change them. They kept them all the same. Like it is.
I cannot think of a better video game adaptation movie. I don't think there is one.
We'll have to fix that. Aaron said she never saw the first one. We'll have to fix that, Aaron, because I think you'll actually really, really like it.
Awesome.
Even though it's based on a video game, it's very cute. I think you'll be
it's
really,
a great
like
kids movie.
I really like the new Mortal Kombat. That one was pretty good.
I'm sure you did.
Sonic is way better.
Oh, Sonic's way better.
Yeah.
But I would put Mortal. What would you put number 2?
Probably Tomb Raider.
With the new Tomb Raider. That's right. I forgot that they made one with Alicia. Whatever.
For me, it's gonna be Resident Evil.
I haven't played those games or seen those movies, so I can't.
I love them. I love them. I just
you know what? This may be something we need to do some prep for and do a tiered list for.
There you go.
Might be a fun thing to do.
All right, let's go. What we got next? Yes. So hot off the heels of Spider-Man No Way Home coming out next week, there's been there you go, Bass. The RE series, absolutely. He knows what's up. There's been talk that they would like to have go ahead and pronounce his name since I'm going to say it wrong.
Chalamet. You said Chalamet. It was Chalamet. You should have just.
They want Timothy Chalamet from the Doom series to play the MCU Harry Osborn. Which I could see that. I could be.
Yeah, I could too.
Oh, I'd be totally there for it.
I just don't know if he's open to it. I feel like I heard him say that he's not interested in doing superhero movies. Like, I don't know. He seems like he's like this really artsy guy. Doesn't want to do it.
Everyone says that they're not interested in doing something until you
get a big enough paycheck.
You get ass load of cash in front of you.
Well, we know that
they're
he's
like,
good
how
friends.
does 40 million sound?
Yeah. Disney's like, oh, I need to add another zero to that check. All right, no problem. We can take care of that for you.
We know that he's really good friends with Zendaya and Tom Holland because they've said as such, like hang out and stuff. We know that he's friends with Florence Pugh from their time on Little Women and stuff, and then they've been known to hang out and stuff. He has a lot of people that are close to him in this universe. I would say if they really wanted him, they could get him.
Yeah,
I think. And he's still not a household name if you think about
making art.
He's still not a household name.
No, he's not.
No.
I think
he's getting there though with Dune. Dune was pretty popular.
Yeah, but not
doing it.
Like I know you didn't like Dune, but it was successful.
I think the Willy Wonka movie he's making will do it.
Yeah, the prequel. He's still not.
He's a good actor.
He was in Little Women. He was in Dune. Like people from, if you didn't see, like Dune was successful, but not uber successful. It wasn't like a phenomenon, right? It wasn't.
It was successful.
It's not making Marvel money.
It was a pandemic successful movie,
right? But it's not. It hasn't put him like in the stratosphere yet, right? Like Tom Holland, Zendaya, those names like are pretty recognizable to people that haven't even seen Spider-Man movies, right? They've heard those names. Timothy Chalamet is not that name yet. I love this idea.
You do like out of all those, he's the least known out of all the names Lance just dropped that he's friends with.
That's true.
Oh yeah,
Zendaya and
it's interesting though because he's starting to get all these leading roles. I mean, obviously Tom Holland has had
everyone.
more.
If Keanu Reeves is showing interest in the MCU, and Method Man went and got jacked, and now he wants to be in the MCU, like,
dude, I would love.
Keanu Reeves needs a role. Okay?
You got all of these people
coming
into the MCU. He'll come.
They talk to him. They talk to Keanu Reeves about every couple years, is what Kevin Feige was saying.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like the two, Kevin Feige and Keanu Reeves both want to work together. They just haven't found the thing.
I mean, he's my top two to play Ghost Rider. I either want him or Norman Reedus. Those are the two I want to be Ghost Rider.
I just don't know if Norman Reedus would do it if it's too close to Daryl.
Oh, dude, yes, Zaggy. Method Man as Bishop would be dope.
Yes, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I was gonna say something and I forgot, so never mind.
Dude, Method Man, I love Method Man, dude.
Yes.
How High is like one of my favorite movies ever. I love that fucking movie. Have you seen that, Max?
I don't think so. Because I don't know
it is so good. Yeah. They smoke the ashes of Ben Franklin.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good, dude. I love that movie.
Then no, I have
smoke that shit past that shit.
Yeah, they smoke the ashes of Ben Franklin, and after they smoke it, Ben Franklin's ghost appears.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
dude.
Basically, Method Man's character in the movie, his friend dies, and he takes his ashes and puts them in a weed plant, and then the weed grows, and him and Redman smoke it, and when they smoke it, they see his ghost, and his ghost basically helps them like cheat on tests to get into Harvard. And so they go to Harvard, and then like they cause chaos throughout the school and stuff as they cheat their way through, and then that plant gets stolen, so they dig up the ghost of Brent. They dig up Ben Franklin and grind him up and put him in weed and then smoke him, and he shows up at a party. So
the only movie related to smoking pot that I've seen is Half Baked, and it is pretty darn hilarious.
You've never seen Harold and Kumar?
No.
Oh, dude, Harold and Kumar.
Yeah,
I don't really watch.
Like Chad just said, study high, take the test high, get high scores. That's right.
That's awesome.
Dude, there's so many good stoner movies.
Said I need money. I said, shit, me too. We've been making it together ever since.
You've seen Pineapple Express.
No.
That's a good one too. No.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Max?
I don't really watch rated R.
Pineapple Express might be one of my top 5 favorite movies ever. Pineapple Express. I've seen it more
Dazed
than
and Confused is a good one too.
Dazed and Confused, Fast Times.
Nope, never seen that.
I think Dazed and Confused has got to be up there because of just everyone that's in it and all the like careers that that movie launched.
I would say King of Staten Island's kind of a stoner movie.
Oh, then I hate stoner movies if that's a stoner movie.
I wouldn't call that a
I'm
stoner
kidding.
movie.
It's
Grandma's
not a stoner
Boy.
I just knew that. I knew I'd get it right.
Grandma's Boy, dude. Grandma's Boy. Oh, dude. Who wants to fight the Great Bush?
Yeah.
Nick
Grandma's
Swartzen
Boy is
is
Hey, Alex, you left your
genius
smoking
in that
lamp.
movie.
Did I break it? Was it an expensive piece? Yes, it's a great movie. Grandma's Boy.
Yeah, pretty much everything on this list so far that I'm looking through, I haven't seen.
Dude, Where's My Car?
Nope.
Thinking about having experimental surgery to get robot legs. It's risky, but it'll be worth it.
Okay, I've seen Super Troopers. That one's on the
But
list.
I don't know if I really call that a stoner movie. Because
Yeah, I
don't
wouldn't
know.
call that a stoner.
the
comedy.
leads aren't stoners. They're the cops. It
Yeah.
has pot in it. Like We're the Millers has pot in it. Like I'm looking at a list right now.
You're
Yeah, I
probably looking at the
wouldn't-
same
But
one
it's
on
not a
Rotten Tomatoes.
stoner movie. Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, that's probably a stoner movie.
Nah, I wouldn't call that stoner either.
No? It's one of
No.
my favorite movies too. Fear and Loathing, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But that's more of a drug.
Dude, where's my card? Dude, what does mine say? Sweet. What does mine say? Dude.
Oh, Friday.
That part, okay, I've seen Friday. And Dude, Where's My Car? I'm familiar with. I just never ended up seeing it.
The Big Lebowski.
Nope, haven't seen it, but I really want to. I've heard it's awesome.
No, and then.
Dude, where's
It's a
my
drive-through.
Yeah.
And then, dude, I'm gonna make you come to my house on a Saturday, and we're just gonna watch all these, like, just because they're some of my favorite movies, dude. They're like the stoner comedies. I've laughed harder at stoner comedies than probably any other type of movie. Like they're just
Sounds good,
Awesome.
man. We'll set some time and do it. Sounds like a good
Grandma's Boy is a must.
You're welcome. I'm glad that you enjoyed me playing that, Aaron.
Yeah, it was...
But yes, Grandma's Boy.
Oh,
is
she
very
doesn't
good.
like Fear and Loathing.
I know. I just saw that. I'm choosing to ignore that comment.
Fear and
Okay,
Loathing.
guys,
is awesome.
I remembered what I wanted to say earlier, and I'm
All right,
taking
go
us
ahead.
off the stoner comedy topic. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Keanu Reeves, though, a lot of Star Wars fans want him to play Revan, and I have to echo that sentiment. I think it'd be pretty darn awesome. It's like this Jedi that turns Sith, then turns Jedi again. Really cool Old Republic character. Sounds like a great idea.
Well, that's a good Sagoo. What do we got next?
Let's segue into a Star Wars game coming out from the High
Hey.
Republic era. We're going to be talking about a few things that came out during the Game Awards. So I guess we'll start with Star Wars since it's kind of related. High Republic isn't quite as old as the Old Republic, but it's the new thing that it's the new era of Star Wars.
Wait.
that's starting
I don't
to get.
understand half of these words you're saying. What's High
Okay.
Republic?
I was about to get into that. So there's the current Star Wars timeline where you've got like the prequel era and then the original trilogy, the sequels. That's pretty much all just one era of Star Wars.
The Skywalker era.
Yeah, the Skywalker era, if you want to call it that, sure.
Yeah.
High Republic is like 200 years, 500 years before that, something like that. And then the Old Republic is like 1,000, 2,000. Super.
Okay,
long
I know the
before.
Old Republic because I played those Xbox games.
Yeah, so the High Republic is a new thing, came out like last year in some books, and they're starting to push it more as like a new thing, which I think is cool. I'm glad they're finally getting away from the Skywalker era. And Star Wars Eclipse is a new game coming out. They haven't confirmed a release date, but I'm very excited. It's being developed by Quantic Dream.
The
What?
trailer looked cool. I have no idea what I looked at though.
The trailer's really cool. I was worried as I was watching the trailer. I'm not a big fan of mobile games, and I was watching this and I'm like, is this just a mobile game with a really cool CGI trailer? Because I have been duped before. Okay. But it's made by Quantic Dream, and some people are not going to like that. It sounds like Matt might be one of those people.
Nope.
Personally,
What's wrong?
I
with
was
that?
actually stoked. I was like, this is going to be so, dude, this game looks dope. It's going to be so awesome. And then 2 words made me be like, oof, I don't know if I'm going to touch this. And that's Quantic Dream.
What else have they made that makes sense?
Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls.
So you're familiar with Telltale games, right?
Yeah.
It's similar to that.
Yeah.
It's a similar idea, much better graphic quality. Like Detroit Become Human is a gorgeous game, but I really enjoy that kind of game. And Detroit Become Human is the only Quantic Dream game I've played, but it's like an 8-hour experience, and you basically, it's not like heavy in combat.
Like a choose your own adventure, right?
Choose your own adventure type thing. You get to make decisions. You get to have like quick time events. Like if you're playing a Jedi, for instance, I'd imagine that like there might be a cutscene where during the cutscene you have to hit square or mash triangle or whatever it may be, whatever console you're playing.
Oh, like Guardians.
Sure, but Guardians has an active combat system. I'm just saying that like there might be moments in the game that have
most of these games are like glorified movies that you're watching. Yes. You just get to interact at certain times,
and I love it. They're controllable movies. It's awesome. I love it.
Okay, I'm understanding. So controlled combat, you're talking about like I'm actually going and fighting people.
This game, Guardians of the Galaxy, you're
might not have that.
It most likely won't if it's made by them.
Like you'll be watching a cutscene where a battle's taking place, and as like someone's gonna like attack you, you might be able to hit X to parry them or something like that. Like not Detroit, but like Heavy Rain, it was very much like you were you were doing a lot of investigation, so you could like walk up to something and hit X on an item and look at it, and then there'd be like a cutscene about it, and then you do the same thing somewhere else. You know, it's not a lot of like.
I'd rather just somebody put that in a YouTube video and let me watch it.
It's more like an interactive movie than playing a video game.
Yes, it is. And while that's not like my top idea for a Star Wars game, I do enjoy that kind of game.
Next, I think Sandra Snow needs to get Das Boot.
I have not seen anything from that.
Oh, probably because it's wanting me to show it. I got it.
Yeah, I don't even see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'll probably just watch it. I'll probably just watch you play it.
Well, you could. Oh yeah, so Six Boy's saying Plagueis. That's a good point. Plagueis could be in this. This could be Darth Plagueis. Yeah. So that's the Darth Plagueis is the master.
Oh, the guy coming from the sludge.
Well, maybe, but just in general, that character is who trained the Emperor Palpatine. So there is...
yes, Zaggy, Russian spies.
I don't know. I don't know if Plagueis is that old, but maybe that'd be cool. I'm definitely down for that.
When I saw that, because I didn't realize it was a Star Wars game until the end or whatever. I was like, is this a Dune game? Because that scene looks just like when they put what's his face in the sludge in Dune.
I actually said, holy shit, are we getting a Heroes game? Because it looks like the Heroes logo from the TV show.
It does. It does. I didn't realize that.
There's a lot of there's books out on the High Republic era. Like that's Marvel's got a whole comic book line on the High Republic era going on right now.
Yeah, it's super big.
So
yeah, I have one of the books. I just haven't read it yet. I need to, but now I'm all engulfed in a Wheel of Time. But the next thing, we'll just go left to right from top to bottom. Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League trailer. They actually finally showed us some freaking gameplay.
I've got very heavy Guardians of the Galaxy feels.
I did too.
As far as gameplay wise.
Oh, then I'm gonna love it.
It looks like you can choose which, like, one thing I wish Guardians let you do is let you choose which character you were controlling. And it looks like Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League does that.
Yes.
But
that's awesome.
I got very much like the combat and the team up abilities give me very, very high Guardians of the Galaxy feels.
Oh, this is interesting. Yeah. I just read it's not coming to 1X or PS4.
No, it's a next gen only game.
Yeah,
gen only game. Which is why I thought it looked really pretty. Like,
that's something you're gonna see it now. It's like we're at that point where they're gonna start getting away from making games for the PS4 and Xbox One, and you're gonna have to upgrade to that Series X.
Well, I thought Xbox One, like the whole thing was it's the same game.
So they have upgraded versions. You can buy the Xbox One version, but then they also have an updated version for the X and S also.
Oh, it's not even the same disc or like
no.
It's...
You can use the same disc. Like for example, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. If you bought the Xbox One disc and put it into your Series X, It's called Smart Delivery. It would recognize that you have a Series X and you would get to play the Series X.
But that's only available on certain games. But they do sell the specific separate discs where you can get the specific Xbox Series One X version of that game. Just like PS5, you can buy the PS5 version of these games too.
Yeah, and this is super normal when a new generation of consoles comes out. Eventually, they stop making games for the old ones, and that's exactly what's happening here.
But he is right.
Well, they need to make the new consoles more available.
Right now, if you own a game, like if you bought like the Spider-Man Miles Morales game on PS4, and you bought a PS5, when you transfer the files, it offers you the PS5 upgraded version for free.
Yes.
So yeah, he's got the smart. He is right about the smart delivery.
But Max, PlayStation doesn't do it as much.
So I'm watching it right now. Yeah, PlayStation, most of the games I want to upgrade, they want to charge me $10.
Yep, a lot of them.
Max, you were saying how you thought the game was beautiful.
Yeah, but from the trailer I saw earlier today, it looked pretty cool. You don't think so?
I don't know. It doesn't look next gen to me. Like
you're probably what aspect are you, or what quality are you watching it on?
I didn't even see
that. I don't know, man. Like they had
oh my gosh, it's at 360.
That's why.
Yeah, they have so many particle effects going on the screen. Like the character animations look good.
But I didn't like the flat. Like it showed Captain Boomerang right at the beginning, and his face looks kind of flat. Like it doesn't.
Well, that just I think that's an art style thing. I think it looks really cool. I don't know. I think it looks really good. But the highest quality they have it in is in 1080p. I was thinking
I'm watching 1080p now.
We also got an announcement for Wonder Woman, a Wonder Woman game that's coming.
Did they show a trailer? Or was it just this image?
They did show, like they talked about it and then showed the image of like her waist up, and then you get the close up that it's Diana, and then they announced it with no release date yet.
Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to this idea. But going back to Suicide Squad really quick, ever since they announced it, they said the whole point of the game is that you're trying to kill the Justice League. And from the beginning, everyone's been like, well, they're probably being mind controlled. And then this trailer explained, oh yeah, Brainiac. Brainiac is controlling the Justice League. So I think ultimately you're going to be taken down. Ultimately, you're going to be taking down Brainiac.
Stick Boy says the eclipse homages the Death Star going across Yavin in A New Hope, by the way. Fucking Star Wars nerds.
That is an homage. He's right.
Goddamn Star Wars nerds.
Who's making the Wonder Woman game?
I don't know.
It didn't say.
But you also got the announcement for I can never remember the name of this game that goes west. What's the Aloy main character's name?
Oh, Aloy, yeah, Horizon Forbidden West.
Horizon. Yeah. Thank you. Horizon Zero Dawn. But
wait a minute. Monolith Productions? No. Oh man.
That's who's making Wonder Woman?
Monolith is making Wonder Woman. That pisses me off just because they made the Shadow of Mordor games, and that means to me that they're not making more. I love those games.
Why wouldn't they make more?
Well, I don't know. It just means that if they're making another one, it might be a long time. I don't know. I haven't heard anything from them since like 2015. So maybe they're releasing a game next year that I just don't know about. And maybe it's a new Shadow of Mordor type game. And then Wonder Woman's after that. I don't know. I just really like the Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, and Shadow of War games. And I want more of it. So I don't know. And they haven't released anything, I don't think, since like 2015. So that's why I was disappointed. But they are a great developer. So in that respect, I'm excited.
Yeah, because I remember Shadow of Mordor was beautiful. Like it was
for when it came out, very much so.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think I'm more excited about the Wolverine game. There's a lot of superhero video games coming out, and that used to be not a prime genre to pick from for video games. Like you remember, like before Batman, it was like all the comic book video games were just bad. Like,
I mean, I remember really liking Maximum Carnage on Sega Genesis. That was super fun.
I'm talking about like the 3D,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
new gen games.
It's true. They haven't been good for a while until Batman Arkham, and then you got Spider-Man that's been great, and yeah, it's a new.
Stick Boy says, "Well, I'm offended calling me a nerd. I'm totally an absolute geek."
Love it.
That's funny.
Oh, I forgot to turn my camera back on. Whoops.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, I find it funny that they're all trying to, like, essentially they're cashing in on the Batman stuff. If you think about it, like, Spider-Man was made by Insomniac that made the first few Batman games, and then Guardians seems to be, well, I don't know. I've been seeing Guardians hasn't been out that long. I'm already seeing it for like discounted to like $20.
Yeah, it was a hit and miss game. For me, it's still like my favorite game I played this year, but for some people, it was just okay.
I loved it except for all the glitches that I experienced.
The failure of Avengers, I think, left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth for it. The
and
fact
that one was made by Square Enix.
Well, it's produced by, but Square Enix is the publisher. They're not the developer.
Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah,
via Square Enix made Avengers.
Well, no, but like I think Spider-Man
publisher distributor thing.
No, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 2 from Sony is going to be fantastic. I have great hope for the Wolverine game that got announced.
That's the one I'm most excited for. I think.
Yeah, I'm stoked for that.
Wolverine game.
I'm most excited for Spider-Man 2.
I want to see gameplay footage of Gotham Knights before I really get into that.
Yeah, they haven't shown new footage in a while. The last footage they showed was like when they revealed it in like 2020.
Well, they showed some stuff at Fandom, but I don't think they showed actual like gameplay footage.
They showed gameplay footage back in 2020, but it's been a while. So,
and I want to, I like seeing the gameplay footage of Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. I think that's going to be a hit.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
But
one of the things I'm like really stoked for is the last one on this image here, Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga, or Hellblade. Anyway, however you say it, it's Hellblade 2 basically. And the first game is one of the most inventive and cool games I've ever played in my life.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice is the first one. Came out in 2017. It's kind of funny because it was originally a PlayStation exclusive, not owned by PlayStation, but like they bought the exclusivity rights for a year. So it was on PC and on PlayStation for a year before coming to Xbox, and then I played it on Xbox when it came out. It's only like a 10-hour game, something like that, but it's just really cool. It deals with mental health concerns. Like basically the main character, this isn't a spoiler, the whole premise is the main character is like deals with psychosis, and so they recommend you play the game with headphones on because she's constantly being whispered to, and she has all these voices in her head talking to her, and by wearing headphones it sounds more like you have voices in your head. It's one of the most immersive games I've ever played, and it's really cool, and it's set like in this Viking type era, which has become pretty popular right now.
Yeah,
and they have
Assassin's Creed and all that stuff.
It does, yeah. It's got a similar art style to those. It is so good. I gave it a 5 out of 5 on Couch Crunchers. I wrote up a pretty meaty review on it.
We talked about this on Couch Crunchers?
I wrote a review. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but loved it. And so I'm really, really looking forward to the sequel. And they released 6 minutes of, they called it gameplay, and I didn't believe it was gameplay. I'm like, no, this is a cutscene. And it's both, but it's a cutscene intermixed with gameplay. And it was quite impressive.
Is it Senua's Sacrifice? Is that the first one?
That's the first one.
Because I'm watching the trailer for the first one. It's kind of creepy.
It's very creepy.
There's some like whispering in my ears and stuff.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole game you're getting whispered in your ear. It's very immersive and creepy, and I loved it. And I'm not into scary games, but I can't recommend it enough. If you have Game Pass, it's on Xbox Game Pass. And if you don't have Game Pass, it's usually like on sale for $20. Really good game. I do think it's up your alley, Lance. It's that third person.
I'm watching it. I'm
no. See, you got to correct that. If you have an Xbox and you don't have Game Pass, what are you doing with your life? Is pretty much the way you put that.
It's true, but I know Lance doesn't play as many games as me, so he doesn't have Game Pass.
I think though, so I've been reading some articles that PlayStation's possibly coming out with their own version of Game Pass.
Yeah, but it's probably a few years off.
And that might be. I just don't have a Series X yet, and I don't really play my One X a whole lot.
That's right, Bass. Game Pass is life.
I agree, Chad. Absolutely, dude. I mean, that's how I'm playing Halo. That's how I was playing Forza Horizon 5. I've played so many games on Game Pass this year. It's freaking fantastic. I also love the crossplay functionality of it, like because I like to play on my PC if I can. So this morning I woke up, played Halo for like an hour and a half on my PC, but then later my wife had to go run some errands, and I had the kid put it up on my TV so that he could run around and play while I was playing the game, and I could pick up right where I was. I just love technology now. It's so nice.
Yeah, I like the fact that, I mean, if you're paying for gold, your premium subscription Xbox, you might as well just pay the $16 to get the Game Pass included.
Well, it's even less. Like, if you only want it on console, it's $10.
Yeah, it's 16 because I do it on console and PC.
Same.
But
yeah, see, I don't have a PC.
You can play any game. Like all the new games are out. Well, most of the new games are on Game Pass right away. Like Halo's are already there. Forza Horizon is already
release
there.
Day. Like for me as a gamer, it is the most easy decision to make because I mean I would have spent between Forza Horizon and Halo, I would have spent $120 on those games if Game Pass wasn't a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, I don't know. Instead, I pay I think $180 a year. So.
And you don't have that buyer's remorse if you download a game and you're like, man, this game sucks. You just uninstall it.
Yeah, and I've tried.
Away you go on your life.
I've tried several games this year because I'm like, well, it's on Game Pass. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is such a great service.
And so I think old games on Game Pass, like old original Xbox games and stuff.
Oh yeah. All the
I'm just not going to buy it.
There,
I'm not going to buy it until I get the new one though. That's all I'm waiting on.
Well, PlayStation, if they do it, they're going to be smart to do so. I mean, shoot, I'm such a sucker. I'd probably get theirs if it gave me all of their games on day one. I don't know if they're going to do that.
I would do that too, for sure.
So leftover, like I have a PS5, I had a PS4, PS3, I had the 360, I had the original Xbox, the Xbox One. Xbox has a much better, it's much more user friendly. I hate PlayStation's menu.
Yes, it is. Now it is. Yes. I
like Sony has not gotten away from that like bar menu thing that they like, and the new PS5 is even worse. Like it gets confusing. Like you have different tabs for media and game, and
I hate it.
Yeah, their UI is awful.
The console is great.
I like
the games
the
are
Xbox
awesome.
Controller better.
Yeah, I agree with all of that, but I will say,
see, I like the PS5 controller better than. Like I have an
PS5 controller better than the PS4. That's for sure.
I like the triggers, the responsive triggers on the PS5.
They are really cool. They're super cool.
My only issue is that the PS5 controllers are just they're just too small, and I'm always tapping that big ass button in the middle. Like
my problem.
I'm not a skilled gamer, so like
my problem with Xbox controllers, like the Elite 2 here, you pay $180 for this bad boy. And they seem to get stick drift real fast, and the thumb grips on them wear out real quick. So it's like you're spending a lot of money on those controllers, and they don't hold up like the PlayStation controllers do. So
I don't agree. Sticks.
What?
The PS5, I've had it since when did I get it, Max? I got it on release
launch.
Day.
You got it on release day.
November last year. Was that like October?
November 2020?
Okay. And every time I try to go into something, I'm like, how the fuck do I get there? And I've had it for that long.
Well, that sounds like a you problem because
no. So when I downloaded Guardians, because I bought Guardians digitally, you got the pre-order stuff with it, right? And so I downloaded the game and it was like, do you want to install your pre-order stuff? And I wasn't paying attention and I accidentally clicked no. It took me 45 minutes to figure out where to go to be able to re-download that pre-order stuff.
That's bad.
So because when I was going back to like the download section, it wasn't there. I'd go back into the store on the game, it wasn't there. Like it took me a long time to find or to re-download that stuff. So
they haven't really changed it since PS3. It's been the same, and I've been so like I don't think it's an age thing. Like I just have gripes about their menu since the PS3.
Yeah, Xbox
this one's a little different, but for the most part, it's the same.
Xbox is definitely user friendly, but
I think so.
It's the great Xbox versus PlayStation debate. We could sit here all night and debate about it.
And
that's the thing.
And I own both.
Well, yeah, and the thing I always say, because that people will always throw out the fanboy insult at you. I will admit I prefer my Xbox, but there is no world where I'm going to tell you that Xbox has better games right now, because they don't.
Right.
Currently, PlayStation's games are better.
So
that's why I picked up
PS5 over the Xbox.
I picked up a PS5 over. I did the same thing. I picked a PS5 over the Xbox originally, and now I have an Xbox Series X. But same reason.
Now with the current gen, the only reason anybody should own an Xbox is if they don't have a gaming PC, they don't like PC gaming, or they don't plan on building a gaming PC. Because if you got a gaming PC, there's no point in having an Xbox, because all the games are on both. Like there's no even exclusives. Microsoft exclusives are on both.
Yeah, it just depends on life circumstances, Like I said, I've got my PC in my office, I got my Xbox in my living room. So today with Halo, it worked out great. Or if you've got teenagers in the house, or
I have my PC
whatever.
in my office and my Xbox and PS5 out in the living room. But
yeah,
it's like
or if you've got kids, at home that are teenagers or whatever age, they maybe want to play on the Xbox, you want to play on the PC. But yeah, I get you. If you're a single gamer, then you don't really need an Xbox. That's why I didn't get it originally.
Yeah, the only reason I got the PS5 is because I knew like it. I have a 1X, and they didn't give me enough reason to go buy the Series X when I had a 1X. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I can wait. The PS5, I kind of feel misled because I thought a bunch of those games were going to be exclusive to the PS5 quicker than what they were. So far, they've been on both.
I think a lot of that stuff though too, like the chip shortage and the distribution shortage of getting these there's not a lot of people out there that have these consoles, so they're pushing these games because of that, I think. And that's why you're seeing these big titles like you saw this big title like Horizon get pushed, that's a console exclusive, get pushed to next year. Like I think they're pushing all their exclusives because they're not getting the distribution of PS5s out there like they wanted because of the chip shortage.
Yeah, I'd buy an Xbox today if I could find one. I just can't
Marketplace.
Find one. I was waiting until I got a new. Yeah, but they're double the price.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're still selling them for ridiculous amounts, and I'm not that desperate. But I was just waiting to get the new Xbox until I got my new TV that could actually make it look different than my previous Xbox. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get you.
I don't know.
All right, what we got next? Thanks.
We spent a long time on this. I'm sorry.
We did. The next thing we were going to do our tiered list. So,
all right,
Lance, I've got it up. If you want me to just share my screen, or if you'd rather.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay, then let me.
I don't pay enough. My ADHD does not allow me to pay enough attention to talk and do that crap at the same time.
I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to start sharing my screen for that.
So what we're going to do here is we have a list of the movies that are coming out.
Can you zoom in, Max?
Next year. Yeah, what if you go full screen with that bad boy, Max? Or actually, isn't there should be a presenter mode?
Well, I am new to this. Where would that be? Presentation mode. There we go.
There you go.
All right, that's better.
Now let's see if you can zoom in.
Nope, that's normal view. Sorry, guys. We're learning.
All right, there we go. So we're gonna do a tier list.
Except make the background black.
We've got a list of the new movies that are coming out or with a supposed 2020 release date. We're gonna go through them real quick and rank them of what we think is going to be a top tier movie to see, an A+ movie to see, A, B, C, D, or F. I wish we could have added a will it even come out there. But we're gonna rank where we think those movies that are coming out next year are going to be as far as like quality go.
Do we want to guys F-? Just we don't think it's going to come out? Do we want to do that?
That's fine. That's fine. Right. So we're going to have your guys then put in the chat. You can play along with us and rank them too. And, you know, we might put a movie in A, and if enough of you in chat say no way that movie needs to be a C, that'll affect the rank of that movie. So let's go ahead and
this is gonna be hard.
I'm gonna just start off right now and say Morbius is gonna be a D. What do you guys think? I think it looks terrible.
I think Morbius is gonna surprise.
I'm excited for it just because
I think it's at least a C. I think Morbius is at least going to be a C.
What do you think, Lance? Is it at least a C?
A C, just because of Michael Keaton. Like we already saw like we see Tobey Maguire's poster in the alleyway. Like we know that there's some overlap, and so it's got me a little intrigued. I wouldn't say it's an A, but definitely better than
it's got Jared Leto, and this is his second time in the superhero movies. He's not. You don't think. After the disaster of Suicide Squad and his Joker, do you think he's going to really phone in another poor?
I think he looks good in it.
Yeah, another poor performance. And it references Venom, and like Lance said, it's got the connection between Spider-Man. So there's already talk about Tom Holland saying that he would love for Peter Parker to fight Morbius at some point. So I'm going to go C with it.
I hope I'm proven wrong. Well, what about Uncharted?
Uncharted is going to get a D for me.
Is it Lance?
Yeah, D.
I agree.
I'm pretty pissed off about that movie. A.
The Batman, that's got to be an A, right? I mean, come on. We can all agree. Right, man?
Yeah, I think the Batman is going to be an A. I think Robert Pattinson is going to surprise a lot of people in this role. I think we'll finally get the death of Bass says Uncharted is a D. Yeah, there you go.
He agrees.
I think you're gonna get a lot of people finally moving away from the comment that sparkly vampires.
Yes, I'm excited for that to finally end.
This might be his
leftover Zaggy
career.
Says Uncharted is an F.
Well, because we think it's going to come out.
We're reserving for it's not even going to come out next year. It's going to get delayed.
Yeah.
So D is essentially F.
All right. We've got a lot of these to go through, so I'm going to move us along. Secrets of Dumbledore. What do you guys think for Fantastic Beasts 3?
I have not seen any of the Fantastic Beasts movies, so I'm gonna.
You're gonna defer.
Yeah.
I'm thinking a B. What do you think?
I didn't even know it was coming out, so it hasn't been on my radar. The Fantastic Beasts, the second one, was just kind of forgettable. So I'm not.
Is Johnny Depp going to be in it, or did they Me Too him?
No, they Me Too'd him out of it. It's Mads Mikkelsen. They actually released a trailer today, but yesterday. I haven't even had a chance to watch it.
I'm not excited about this movie. I may not even see it right away.
All right, well then we'll throw it at a C for now because I've got
a
B. And
one person hasn't seen it, one person's not interested, and Max is like, I'm just gonna go C because he
has too much power.
Well, I'm just saying, if you would have put it at a D, then right?
You give him the power.
Lance, I was gonna put it at a B.
Yeah, they actually released a trailer. Like, what is the release date for that?
I don't know.
Because I'm almost wondering if it's close to the end of the year, if it'll actually come out. Because I haven't seen anything about this movie.
I think it's May. Fantastic Beasts. Sorry, guys. 2022 film. April 15th, 2022 is the release date. I think it's coming out. I just think that they haven't marketed it much.
Yeah, I don't know. You forget the what are it called? Fantastical Beasts?
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Okay. They're just not even on the same tier as the Harry Potter movies. Like, it just kind of feels like Harry Potter's version of The Hobbit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just they're not on the same. I don't even think they have the same.
I disagree with that analogy. Definitely. But I think the Harry Potter movies were better, but I disagree with that analogy because Hobbit is.
No, I'm just saying The Hobbit as a money grab.
Hmm.
These feel like a money grab.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what about Sonic 2? Where are we at with that?
Sonic 2, I'm going to give an A. I think with the success of the first one, and if they just keep on trucking there, they're going to have a solid movie.
See, now I'm torn because we put these two in A, but I'm more excited about Doctor Strange. So we have something above A.
No.
Because
we'll take a look at it when we're done and see if we need to move some stuff.
Doctor Strange is probably tippy top of my list.
Originally, when I pitched the idea of doing this, I was thinking most anticipated movies. And if we're talking anticipated, I would have moved Sonic down a tier. But I do think it's going to be good, which is why, for the purposes of this, I'm putting it as an A. But Doctor Strange, do we agree that one?
Yeah, that's probably going to be an A.
I'm just really excited to see Sam Raimi return to his Marvel. Like Spider-Man 2 was just so good that if it's anything like that, that movie's gonna be awesome.
I'm very excited about it.
And the horror thing, I love it. I love everything about it.
You know what I'm not even excited about a little bit? Top Gun Maverick.
I am. Top Gun's one of my all-time favorite movies, though. But
did it really need to be made?
I'm almost
where I'm at.
Willing to put it in the F category because that movie has been pushed so many times.
Dude, me too. It's one of the ones I'm like, is it going to get delayed again?
I'm going to say it's going to be a B. Well, no. If we're going off quality of the movie, I think it's going to be a C with Dumbledore and Morbius, only because I don't think it's going to live up to the greatness that is the first one.
What do you think?
Even no matter, even if they're pulling on the heartstrings of getting Goose's son as being the main character and all that, I just don't think it's gonna perform or hit it like the first one did. So I'm gonna go C.
I'm just getting a lot of Independence Day resurgence vibes when it comes to this movie. Making the son the main character, and like I'm just not excited for it.
So where are we landing? I'm thinking
it's up
C.
to that.
Well,
I'm more excited because I just don't feel like any sort of attachment to the original. I like the original, but it's not Ghostbusters to me. It's not Back to the Future. Like the Top Gun was not in that same stratosphere for me. I'm more excited about Dumbledore than I am Top Gun. And I'm not really excited about Dumbledore, but
John Wick 4 is the next one on the list. I mean, come on, it's an A.
No, that's a B for me.
What is wrong with you?
It's a B. I just feel like at some point
I don't agree with you guys at all. But I got outvoted.
John Wick was so good. The second one was so good. I feel like there's going to be a point where it's going to be like, okay, it's too much. You know what I mean? And I worry that this movie's going to be it.
Well, it took 9 Fast and Furious movies for it to be too much for me. So I got 5 left in me for John Wick.
No, that was just another one of the bad ones. The Fast and Furious. What was that? 9? I mean, because the second one is bad.
Well, you're right. There were some other bad ones.
Yeah, there's bad ones in there.
I just think that where's the story going to go now with John Wick?
Yeah, they're making a TV show. They're making John Wick. They're doing a spinoff with Halle Berry, I heard.
Well, they're doing like the prequel about the Continental.
Mm-hmm.
So
I worry that well is going to run dry. Is where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
What happened with never mind.
I hope I'm surprised though.
Was that the bot, the spam bot?
Yeah, it was another bot.
Okay.
We be blocking. We're getting spammed lately. Super Pets though, let's put that
D. Yeah, that's gonna go fat D.
Who the F wants this movie?
I don't understand why they made it.
For kids. Kids are probably gonna like it.
But that seems like something they could have just put on HBO Max.
I thought they are.
It's going to be in theaters.
But I just can't buy Kevin Hart as Duke, Bat Dog. And I mean, okay, I'll give you Dwayne The Rock Johnson as Crypto, but I can't buy. I actually think Dwayne The Rock Johnson should have been Duke, and Crypto should have been somebody else.
Yeah. It just feels like a money grab.
Crypto could have been John Cena.
It's just a dumb kids movie. Is Jurassic World getting pushed to 2023? That's
I don't.
Does anybody have the release dates of these on, like, where was it say on that original photo?
I do think Jurassic World is coming out.
So Jurassic World is June 2022.
I thought the last movie was pretty bad.
Honestly, I think we're gonna learn a lot more after next week. If the Spider-Man No Way Home turnout at theaters is what they're thinking it's gonna be, I think that's gonna reflect on whether a lot of these movies get pushed.
Well, if we saw anything from
I know the pre-sale, but I'm talking like after that. Like that's the initial wave of people wanting to see it, but I'm talking like second week, like Christmas week and things like that, of people still going, if if it remains number one and doesn't fall off in the second week, I think it's gonna say a lot to people's willingness to go back to the theaters. But in that case, I'm gonna put Jurassic World in the D category.
See, for me, I think it's a C.
I'll give you C.
Outvoted again. All right.
No, I'll give you C.
Right.
I liked the first two, but after they released the dinosaurs out into the open world, it's like, all right, it seems like every time they do this, they revert back to the island, or they do some time jump where it reverts back to some other crisis happening.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that. They need to show us.
It'll be interesting to see if how they actually handle that. But
yeah,
Lightyear is an A for me.
That's a B for me.
I'm not excited about it.
You're not excited about Lightyear, bro?
Nope.
I'm not excited about it, but I think it's going to be a B movie.
It's
losing all the
Pixar
stuff
movie
that makes Toy Story great.
But it's not about Toy Story.
Tim Allen makes it an F-. Never mind.
It's the movie about the hero, about the toy Buzz Lightyear. It's a movie that is the reason Andy wants the toy, or why the Buzz Lightyear toy is massively popular.
All right, Lance, agree with me. We need another B.
I think it's a B. I'm not.
All right, I think it's.
I can't put it in the same tier as Batman and Doctor Strange. I just can't.
I honestly don't think Sonic belongs up there either.
I'm super stoked about Sonic. Sonic's my number 2 movie of next year.
Okay.
I think Sonic should be dropped to a B. I agree with you.
All right, we're doing it.
Fuck you guys.
What about Thor: Love and Thunder?
I think that one's gonna be it.
I don't know.
See, Chad Bass says Lightyear's an A. Stick Boy says Buzz Lightbeer is a C. I don't need that in my life.
So I think we put it in the right place then. B. I think that's right.
Thor. So there's some pluses. Thor, Taika Waititi is directing it, just like Ragnarok.
I'm gonna put it in B.
B for you. It's an A for me.
Is Chris Hemsworth going to be in this movie a whole lot? Because it doesn't seem like it. I know he's in it, but is he even the main character? Because it kind of seems like Natalie Portman's the main character of this movie.
Well, if she's the main character, it's a B for me. Not that I dislike Natalie Portman. I just love Chris Hemsworth as Thor.
And are we going to get more fat Thor? Because I'm kind of done with that.
I'm not. Come on, give me some
from the
images.
He's not. He's back to being ripped, but
yeah, he is.
I put it in B because I think you're going to see a lot of fall off, kind of like you saw with Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Volume 2. They're not going to capture lightning in a bottle twice like they did, because the first 2 Thor movies were boring, and then they kind of like caught you off guard with Thor Ragnarok.
Taika Waititi took over.
Yeah,
right. And Taika Waititi's doing Thor: Love and Thunder.
It's probably going to be more of the same.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to capture lightning in a bottle twice.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting it to be a B.
Well, here's my thing though with Taika
Not
Waititi.
that a B is bad. But
no, it's not.
I have yet to see something that's bad from Taika Waititi.
Bad doesn't mean that it's always an A, though.
A bad movie. It's just, is it going to be? Do you think it's going to be more better than the Batman or Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness?
And I don't think so.
I think it's going to be more of the same that what you saw in Ragnarok.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Black Adam.
C.
See, I was thinking C as well. I thought you guys were going to disagree with me on that.
I'm going
to see. I need to see more.
I need to see more. I need to see The Rock, July 2022.
I could see this one being pushed to 2023.
I need to see more from The Rock, but I also DC. It's just that DC factor, man. Like DC is very like. They're even Suicide Squad. You put the new Suicide Squad up against these other movies, and it's not up there. So, and Suicide Squad is the best that they could offer. The DC movies that they could offer so far. So it's like
Suicide Squad's your
C is
top
about
DCEU movie. Suicide
I think
Squad, the new one.
It's probably the best one they've done so far. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I think,
but
it's
I
one of
know
best
the ones that I love, you don't like.
You're Shazam.
I love Shazam. Loved every second of it.
I think Black Adam's a C for me.
I agree.
I can't put any DC product based on their history, other than maybe the Batman. Even
it's
then,
not
like,
DCEU.
Yeah,
it's a standalone. Well,
right.
Potentially a standalone.
Well, getting back into Marvel, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I agree, dude. I'm so
the trailer looked so good, and
yeah,
I think this one's going to be much more Spider-Gwen in this one, and I liked her in the first one, and that's Haley Steinfeld again. Yeah. I think the three of us have a Haley Steinfeld crush.
I definitely do. I have since. Well, I mean, you said True Grit, but my Haley Steinfeld crush started in Pitch Perfect 2.
Oh yeah. What's that song she sang? A flashlight.
Yeah.
Flashlight. What about the Flash? Where's that going?
Pushed.
C.
I think it's
gonna be C. Yeah.
Its release date is November right now.
Oh, I think I agree with you, Lance.
It's gonna get pushed.
I think this is our first one we put in push to 2023.
You don't agree, Matt?
No,
I think it's gonna get pushed that close to the end of the year.
I think it's gonna come out, and I think it's gonna be C.
I'm more excited about
Flash
than I am Black Adam.
Whoa. We're blocking that guy. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Please dislike our video then.
What
the
hell is that?
That was crazy.
That was a troll.
Yeah. You dude.
Can we remove
my video, bro? That's cool. That's fucked up though.
No,
why are people allowed like that? Why are people like that allowed to even have a username like that on YouTube?
They're not. That guy's gonna get removed from YouTube pretty quickly.
Whoa! I apologize for anybody watching.
That's awful. I don't even know if we should say on the
playback.
No. I'll just say someone came into the chat with an extremely offensive username and just said, "We're going to dislike your video. Please dislike my video. I don't want anyone like you in my life."
Zaggy, I don't know what it is, Zaggy. Like, where is this coming from?
I know. He's like, all these
the shows I watch, you guys get so many trolls and Russians.
Oh yeah, Chad wasn't in the he's in the Facebook chat. It was just an offensive thing, Chad. We'll just
send you. I know, Chad. I'll send you a picture of it, Chad. I'll send it to you.
All right, well, let's move on. See, it's funny because Black Panther Wakanda is the next one up.
I'm reporting him.
Please do. I think Black Panther might get delayed with all these injuries from.
Oh, Leticia. Absolutely.
Yeah,
damn, dude. Like that just took all the fucking wind right.
I know, dude. Like my blood is fucking boiling.
Oh man. But yes,
we got some whack jobs on here, dude. We got
getting back into
that says I'm a QAnon. Then we got this guy.
That
guy.
That was a listener, dude. That is not the same category.
No, it's not the same category. But I'm just saying that, like, the vast opposite. Like, Like what the hell, man?
So let's get back into it. We don't need to keep focusing on that guy. We don't need to feed the trolls.
Sorry, it's on my screen, so I'm having a hard time.
You're good. I can't get it off. Like,
I reported him.
Anyway, so Wakanda Forever, Matt, Lance, and I both think it's going to get delayed with all these injuries.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's going to get delayed into. Man, the fact that I can't get it. Like the fact that he's got the symbol on there too. Oh, dude. Anyways,
does YouTube even let that go?
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know. Anyways, Wakanda Forever pushed to 2023. I absolutely agree.
Avatar 2.
D.
You think so? You're a D for you, Matt. Lance, you think it's gonna get pushed, huh?
December 2022. I'm saying these ones close to the end of the year, these big budget ones.
I don't agree with you.
Those are the ones that are on the fence.
I agree with Matt. I probably would have put this one at a C, but I don't think it's getting pushed just because they've had this one on the docket for a long time, and James Cameron just wants it to come out in December for some reason.
Chad,
so we will not rush anything.
what's happening with Black Panther since Chadwick Boseman's not with us anymore. So basically, the Shuri, the actress that plays his sister, they're talking about her taking over the role of Black Panther like she did in the comic book, but she has been injured in set, and they thought it was going to be a minor injury. It has since been revealed that it's a more serious injury. She's not vaccinated, and Disney has mandated vaccination for all movies going forward. And she's saying because of that, the rumor is because of that, potentially she's no longer going to work with Disney and going to pull out of the movie. So we're in the middle of shooting it when she got hurt. So it put production on hold. So if she quits,
even if she comes back, I think it's going to be delayed.
Yeah. And if she quits, I think that's going to push. It's still
if she quits, they have to recut all of her scenes.
Right, and recast, and they have
to. And that's the other thing. When is this one slated for? Because
November 2022.
See, because then that makes me worried about other movies coming out, because Marvel always has this big plan, like things are leading into each other.
Well, it seemed to because I'm looking at the list here, right, and we see it there. That's the last movie of the year, right? And we know Guardians of the Galaxy 3, they had to move that out because all the stuff that happened to James Gunn, and that was supposed to be. And then Falcon the Winter Soldier was supposed to come out before WandaVision, but WandaVision came out first. So I think they do have room to pivot a little bit. And Kevin Feige's a genius, dude. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. Well,
they're not going to not release something, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, Black Panther
they'll
will come
find
out.
something else. Yeah, but I'm just saying it's not this being held off is not going to hold off something else.
Maybe they'll do rewrites or something and make it work.
Yeah,
I think it depends, though. I mean, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is clearly a huge story, and I think it's opening up a bunch of stuff. So I can imagine that has to come out before other stuff. You know what I mean? There is a line.
Yeah, there's certain things that are pivotal, but I mean, so WandaVision was integral to this whole multiverse thing.
It wasn't.
And
definitely
it kind of introduced us to the multiverse, that whole story is heavily involved in this movie in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, so then if Doctor Strange came out before the show, that would have been confusing. That's what I'm getting at. Some things have to come out first. But the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, I think, can come out whenever the F it wants, and I think it's coming out next year.
Is it live action?
December 2022.
Yeah, man.
Is it live action or is it animated?
I thought it was live action, but maybe I'm wrong.
I know James Gunn wrote and directed it. I think this one definitely comes out, considering it's a holiday special.
I think
it's
not
going to wait a whole next year to put it out.
I was thinking B. What do you think, Lance?
C, because I don't know how much it's actually going to be. I know they're saying it's in the same universe, but I know it's a short, right? It's not a 2-hour movie or nothing, right? I'm guessing it's probably a 30-minute to 45-minute thing.
I don't think we know for sure, but
I'd say probably an hour.
Sure.
I would say
maybe an hour.
It's going to probably be
television special type
an
thing.
Hour Disney Plus special.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to have a major impact on the overarching story.
I would be very surprised if it did.
So that's why I can't put it in a B, because it just kind of feels like, where does this belong? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's just a fun thing that's going to come out at Christmas time next year. Okay, so Aquaman. Is anyone excited about this? Same.
No.
I think July, it looks awful.
Aquaman. I don't even know what the release date on Aquaman is.
I liked the first one okay, but the trailer that they showed at DC Fandom
December.
It did not hype me.
I'm thinking it might get pushed.
I don't
December
know.
December 22.
It might.
I think it could get pushed simply because Avatar 2 is probably going to make a shit ton of money. And
we've got 2 more votes coming in for D, so it's staying at a D.
D's a solid.
Secret Invasion.
I'm excited about this one.
We've heard nothing about it. They've been teasing it for sure.
They showed the Nick Fury image in
I
Disney
think
Plus
Secret Invasion gets pushed.
I do too.
You have so many Star Wars and Disney Plus shows that are already filmed that have to come out. Look, you think about it. You've got Miss Marvel that's already been filmed. That's got to come out. She-Hulk's in production right now. That's got to come out. Obi-Wan Kenobi still doesn't have a release date. That's got to come out. Moon Knight's already being filmed. That's got to come out. So I think it gets pushed.
I do too. I think all of those are coming out before it.
So how many shows did we have this year? We had WandaVision, Falcon,
Hawkeye,
What If,
Loki.
and
Hawkeye, Loki,
and What
wasn't
If.
there some? And What If? So that's that. So that what's that? 5 shows: WandaVision, Falcon, Hawkeye, What If, Loki. 5 shows. Going by this, there's only 3 Marvel shows there. You don't think they find some way to? And Secret Invasion
There's 4,
seems like the
including
one.
Secret Invasion.
There's
So there would only be 3 Marvel TV shows coming out next year, and I think it gets released. Simply because
you're going to have Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Yeah.
Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Obi-Wan, Moon Knight. Don't forget there's already rumors that Mandalorian season 3.
But I'm separating Star Wars and Marvel in this.
What If season 2, right? Isn't that coming out next year as well?
What If season 2? Yeah, well, you can't. But see, I don't think you can really separate them because it seems like they don't like to run Star Wars and Marvel shows together. It's usually
I agree.
One ends and then the Marvel show starts.
Well, didn't Mando run the same time as? When did Mando finish?
End of last year.
Yeah.
It didn't overlap with WandaVision?
No.
I
think there was like a couple weeks between.
Because I find it curious that with Loki they switched Marvel shows to Wednesdays. Now, why would they do that? So that Star Wars shows can be released on Fridays?
We did talk about that.
I think the only Star Wars shows that maybe overlapped was Bad Batch.
Yeah, Bad Batch did. That's true.
They started releasing those shows on Wednesdays because it gave people time to watch them throughout the week. It gave people
why
more
didn't they
time
do
to
the
watch
same
them.
thing to why didn't they do the same thing to the Star Wars shows? Because if you watch the Loki trailer when he talks about moving it to Wednesdays, I believe he says Wednesdays will now be known as Marvel Wednesdays. Like it seemed exclusive to Marvel.
Well, it's tough to say because they haven't released another Star Wars show yet. Technically, Book of Boba Fett is coming out on a Wednesday.
Oh, so maybe it's all of them. I just found that line curious in the Loki trailer when Tom Hiddleston was talking about it.
Yeah, it's fair. Well, what do we think about Miss Marvel?
I think
I'm not that excited for it.
I think Miss Marvel will be a B.
So I'm thinking.
I'm sorry, C. I'm thinking C.
I was thinking B, but Lance, you're not excited about it. So what do you think? More of like a C then?
Yeah, I'm more excited about She-Hulk and Moon Knight. Like it goes Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel for me. As far as excitement,
I think C. I think
all
C
right,
is
throw it at a C. And by the way, I just looked at all the release dates for the Book of Boba Fett. They're all on Wednesday. So I think it's just a Disney Plus thing. Yeah. All right. So if Miss Marvel's a C and you're more excited about She-Hulk, should we put She-Hulk at a B?
She-Hulk is a B for me.
Yeah, B.
I think so too. Obi-Wan Kenobi's an A for me. But what do you guys think?
I just don't know much about it yet. And it, judging by when they did the video with Ewan McGregor talking about it for Disney Plus Day, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that long.
No, I think it's kind of just meant to be a mini series, probably like six or 8 episodes.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an A.
Yeah,
I'll give it an A.
I don't know. I just don't know much about it yet. Like they didn't really show us much. They were just kind of talking about it.
It's Ian McGregor. That's all I needed to know.
Moon Knight's going to be an A.
Moon Knight's an A for me.
I was thinking B, but if you guys both think A, we'll put A.
Andor, I think is going to get pushed to 2023.
I don't think so. I think it's coming out.
We haven't seen anything about it. And
using your argument against you, I mean, you got Secret Invasion, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Obi-Wan, Moon Knight, Andor. Those are all TV shows, right?
Yeah, Andor.
Is there enough room?
Yeah, they're all TV shows.
Is there enough room for it?
And you didn't really see much on Andor at.
Mandalorian season 3 is being filmed, so it should be coming out next year.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, is there
well,
enough
don't
room?
forget also Marvel too. They've got Ant-Man Quantumania. No, that's 2023. Never mind. Yeah, I think Andor gets pushed, honestly.
And they've announced Loki season 2.
You haven't heard any casting about it. You haven't heard really anything about it. So I think
there's been some casting news about Andor, but if Lance thinks it's going to be pushed, we'll put it in there. I don't agree, but it's just a list. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I hope not.
We need to move
honestly, on. and it might just be that I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I loved Rogue One.
Yeah.
So Andor, I'm more excited about than I am.
The Boys is going to be A.
I mean,
The Boys is definitely coming out because it's in post production right now.
And I think Umbrella Academy is going to be a.
That's an A for me.
I'm thinking B.
I think it's going to be a C.
You don't think it's going to be any good?
All right, come on, chat. This is where you guys come in. Tell us. This is the last one.
Dude, it's not that I don't think it's going to be good. I just think that, like, season 1 was so good. Season 2 was a step down. I don't think season 2 was as good as season 1. And season 3, I just kind of feel it, like, especially now with, like, however they handled the Elliot Page thing and explaining, like, changing her character or his character from the show.
Well, I don't think they are. I thought they were going to keep the character a woman.
Well, she's had a.
I know she's had I know she's had a transition surgery, but she wasn't, or he wasn't that curvy when female.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a big deal.
Best as I wasn't impressed by the second season, I'd give it a C.
So I like the second season.
That's 2 votes for C, so that's where I'm going to move it. I think
Elliot Page is going to make it a C.
I don't know in this era that we live in. I don't know if they would ask somebody in their transitioning to play a character different than the gender.
Yeah, I think they definitely changed that character.
Pretty sure they already did. I thought there was news that came out that Elliot Page said that she's going to play the same character as a woman.
He did. He did say that he was going to continue to play that character, but I don't think it.
I think the character.
You think the character's transitioning? Okay, well maybe that's what they'll do.
Well, I'm looking at. I think this is an image from season 3, and she does not look as feminine in it.
Okay, well,
not if that, Ellen, I mean. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they use whatever time warp to change the gender, or she's just gonna play her as a short. He's gonna play her as a short-haired version of the character. Who knows? But I just don't think the hype is there.
Oh, the one reason I'm excited about this is the cliffhanger at the end of season 2, where they come back and the entire. Like that, it kind of has that like multiverse thing, going on. So I'm excited about it. But I am a huge My Chemical Romance fan. Like anything Gerard Way, sign me up. I love the soundtrack of the show. I love all the people in the show. Like it's one of my favorite shows, and I loved season 2.
I think C isn't a bad thing. It lets you be cautiously optimistic because the show could go either way.
Yeah. Oh, so Chad Bass, he rectified his comment. He didn't say Elliot Page is going to make it a C. He says Elliot Page is going to make it complicated.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking at now that you guys see these all organized. Is there anything? Because I see a couple that I'm like, okay, like just looking at the company that these things are in, I see a couple.
Let's run it back for people listening back on your podcasting platform instead of watching the live feed. A's, we got the Batman, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Moon Knight, and The Boys. B is John Wick 4, Sonic 2, Lightyear, Thor: Love and Thunder, She-Hulk. C is Morbius, the Dumbledore movie, The Secret Beast, Dumbledore, Top Gun Maverick, Jurassic World, Black Adam, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, Umbrella Academy, Miss Marvel, D, Uncharted, Super Pets, Avatar 2, and Aquaman. And then push to 2023, we have Flash, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Secret Invasion, and Andor. Chad Bass says Thor, you got it too high, man. He thinks Thor is going to be
I don't agree.
Lower.
What do you think needs to be moved, Lance? I think Morbius is way too high.
I think Dumbledore's too high. I think Jurassic World is too high. I think Thor could probably be moved down one.
Yeah, I kind of agree on Jurassic Park. I think Jurassic Park needs to be dropped down to D.
I'm fine with Jurassic Park.
Thor, Love and Thunder could go either way for me.
It kind of floats in between C and B. There's enough to make you nervous, but there's enough to get you optimistic about it, right? Because I just don't know.
Well, I like this list as is because if I move Thor down, now there's a second row. It's just
so the OCD factor.
Also, there's no way that Thor moves down to a C and Lightyear stays a B. Hell no, that's not happening. I can't do that.
I think Lightyear is going to be a fantastic movie. It's a Pixar. Name me one bad Pixar movie.
Cars.
Cars 2. Cars is great. And bad isn't even the right word for Cars 2.
I don't even understand how those... the only reason those movies keep getting made is because merchandise.
Ka-chow!
Cars merchandise sells so much.
All right, fine.
No, dude,
all right, there's the definitive list.
I don't think Thor belongs in a C, man. But all right.
It's hard. I would be happy with it in either of them.
It's a B.
Now I'm starting to look at She-Hulk.
Yeah, see, Chaz's Lightyear has his kids pumped. I think Lightyear is going to be a great movie, man. I'm excited for it. When
I told my kids there was a Buzz Lightyear movie coming out and I showed them the trailer, they're like, what the fuck is this?
Really? I think it looks cool.
Not that colorful, but...
well, I hope not.
No, I don't know. I've seen some of your kids' YouTube videos now. I don't know if it was that colorful or not.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I need to watch these videos. Are they a little racy for kids?
They're not racy. It's just a video I would not expect coming from a child.
Yeah. And we had
a political opinion video.
Yeah, my wife and I had nothing to do with it. She held the camera, had no idea what he was going to say. So
I know what I'm doing after this podcast.
And I didn't go looking for it. I was looking on the Facebook or the YouTube page, and I came across it in the channels you're subscribed to, and I was like, "What's this?" And I clicked on it. I was like, "Oh, that must be Lance's kid." And the video played, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" But
yeah,
I think this list is solid. I think it's solid now. I really do, because yeah. The standalone Thor movies were always lacking for me. And that's kind of why I put it at B, because Thor 1 and 2 were lacking. But Thor Ragnarok surprised me. It's actually one of the funnier really good MCU movies. That's why I put it at a B instead of an A.
I think they're just finally starting to understand the character. They're like branching out a little bit. It's different than what we've seen from any of the comic books, right? Like the whole Thor MCU is just completely different. He's not this Norse god type character, like he's laid back. Thor 2 might be one of the worst movies of the entire MCU.
It is. It's right up there with Iron Man 2 and 3.
Like, it's bad. Yeah, Iron Man 2 is worse.
Yeah, Ragnarok's the only one I will rewatch too. So I was saying Love and Thunder, since Love and Thunder is kind of in that same genre or same tone as Ragnarok. I keep it at B. But I think that's a solid. I just worry. List. Honestly, I think Morbius could probably go down one. I think Morbius could drop to a D.
You can't move Morbius and not Dumbledore.
I think you can, because
no, get Dumbledore out of there.
Fine, then we'll leave Morbius.
I'm not excited about Dumbledore at all. I didn't even know that movie was getting made until Max, you sent us this picture, 3 days ago?
I didn't send. Oh, did I send it? I don't know.
Yeah, you sent that big blue block that we were looking at first.
I'm glad the female perspective has chimed in. All you need is Chris Hemsworth. It's okay.
So here's what I'm gonna say. I have no problem with progressive movement or anything.
Here we go.
I'm not trying to get political. What I'm saying is Love and Thunder, I don't like things where it seems like they're force feeding it. You know what I mean? I don't know how they're gonna do. I want to see the aftermath of Thor, like him, like struggling with the events of Endgame and, handing over the reins to Valkyrie and all that stuff. And I don't know. the Natalie Portman becoming Thor right now, it just doesn't seem like, it seems like that's happening quickly. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's you know what I'm saying? I have no problem with it eventually happening. I just don't know.
Well, they haven't established new Asgard, and Asgard needs a Thor, and Thor is now left with the Guardians of the Galaxy, so he's not essentially there to protect Asgard, and so it makes sense to transition her on. And I think they're going to go. I think they're going to go the whole cancer route, where she gets terminal cancer, and the only way to save her is by her becoming Thor, and that's why she wields. Because remember, Mjolnir. Well, I mean, it depends on how they handle the whole Mjolnir thing. From look, there's Stormbreaker and Mjolnir, both existing at the same time now. So obviously, there's going to be a new Thor, because that's who the Mjolnir power comes from.
But does Stormbreaker do the same thing as? I can't ever say that word.
Mjolnir?
Because we saw Thanos kind of use it, Stormbreaker. So is there the worthy thing attached to it? Is it the powers of
Stormbreaker?
Thor?
No, because Stormbreaker is originally Beta Ray Bill's.
Yeah.
After Thor comes back and takes Mjolnir back, it becomes Beta Ray Bill's.
So my thing, so Natalie Portman, can you say the word again? I've never been able to say it. I don't know why. It's because when I read it, it has a J in it.
Yeah, meow meow.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Thor's hammer. Okay, I know what it's called.
Well, then you're going a whole different route if you're talking about Thor's hammer.
Dirty. So far in the MCU, only Captain America and Thor have been able to pick up this hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And when Captain America picked it up, it was like this huge thing. Like, oh my gosh, somebody other than Thor is able to wield the thing. Now a third person is going to be able to wield it. I don't know.
It's all right.
I hope it's good though, man. Like I loved Ragnarok. It was fantastic, and I have high hopes for this movie, but I also have my reservedness.
Well, there you go. That's our definitive list. I think let us know in the chat or in the comments below, or when you're rewatching the video, if you agree, disagree, why. If we have something too high, too low, let us know.
Should we take a snapshot of it and put it on the Facebook?
We can. Yeah.
That's a good idea. Good thing I didn't exit out of it.
Good job.
It doesn't save live action, like other people can't look at it if you go out. I can
save it. I'm saving it right now.
All right, let's what else we got? Moving on to Max.
The Hawkeye.
The top 5.
My top 5 comics of the week. We'll just run through this real quick.
I'll let you drive really quick while I add this title.
I don't have the slideshow up, so.
Oh, all right. I can drive.
Actually, can I do it through here?
You can.
Oh, nice. Yes, I can. All right. So at number 5, I have Spider-Man 80 Point Beyond. This is a kind of a middle issue between 80 and 81. It looked over a second. It says, I'm more curious about how many trolls and Russians you guys get. Oh man, the last couple of weeks, it's been a couple. With her nephew at death's door, May Parker is not just going to sit around accepting that Peter's ailments aren't solved with conventional means. Aunt May is going to seek unconventional means by the way of her ex-fiance, Dr. Octopus. One of the most controversial couples in comics history is back together, and they're Peter Parker's only hope for living through beyond. You didn't know that May and Doc Ock had a thing for a while?
No, I've never read that.
Yeah. See,
what is that in?
She don't know about as much about a Spider-Man as you thought, huh?
I would say out of all the characters in the entire Marvel, like Spider-Man is the one I know the most of.
But you didn't know that May and you didn't know May and Octopus had a relationship for a while, huh? It's all dance lot stuff. So, but yeah. So at the end of the issue, Peter Parker wakes up. Yeah, issue 180. Peter Parker wakes up from his coma. So we're gonna see what happens through that. But
so he's awake now.
Yeah, he wakes up at the very end of the issue. So we're gonna see what the fallout for that is in issue 81. But it was my top 5. It was my number 5 this week. Number 4, the Batman start of a new story arc as Batman leaves Gotham As Gotham celebrates surviving Fear State, Batman retreats alone into the darkness. But when he learns of a mysterious mystery involving Batman Incorporated, it forces the Caped Crusader to leave Gotham for a brand new adventure. Thrills, chills, and international intrigue await. So yeah, there's a lot of Batman is no longer in Gotham. This is a new creative team. Williams, who's been writing a lot of great stuff on Nightwing, Joshua Williams, and I think he's also doing Robin, if I'm not mistaken, is taking over the book from James Tynion IV. So it was a great first issue. The art in it is beautiful. You get your first appearance of a new villain called Abyss. So we're going to wait to see how we get, and it has this beautiful, beautiful Todd McFarlane Amish cover. So it was a great issue. I can't wait to see what they do with more of the Batman stuff. And I like kind of going back to that classic DC look.
Love the art. I love that cover.
That looks awesome.
Number 3, it's a I can't see the gosh darn it. The name of it's called Bulkhead or Buckhead. So what strange secrets lie in the mysterious town of Buckhead, USA? Toba and his mother, a renowned scientist, have just immigrated to the U.S., but instead of living in the big city like Toba always dreamed, they've moved to the sleepy little town in the Pacific Northwest called Buckhead. In the middle of the pedestrian town, Toba discovers there's things that aren't so perfect as they seem. Toba and his newfound friends find a strange video game, a perfect replica of the town and its people. Soon Toba is on the run from the men in black, with his friends brainwashed by microchips. So it's very, if you read Paper Girls, it kind of gave me a very Paper Girls feel to it. I definitely liked the first issue. I liked the whole video game aspect. It kind of gives me like that Paper Girls meets Jumanji kind of feel to it. So I'm definitely excited for the second issue on that. Number 2 was Tales of Mother F. Goose. I love the Scarface homage cover on this book. The 3 little pigs are gluttonous casino owners. Little Miss Muffet is a hard-nosed cop. The 3 blind mice are ocularly impaired assassins. Puss in Boots is a feline scumbag. Welcome to Mother Effing Goose, where your favorite fairy tales are turned into twisted characters right out of a Tarantino movie. And that's exactly what it is. It is a fantastic book that just really takes those core childhood nursery rhymes and stories and kind of like turns them on their head and gives them that very Quentin Tarantino-esque feel.
Is he involved with it at all?
No. But it is an oversized magazine cover book. So the cover A is Scarface and the cover B was Pulp Fiction. So number 1 was, go sit on your exercise ball.
I thought it was funny.
Number 1 was Devil's Reign. Chip Zdarsky. Can't go wrong with anything Chip Zdarsky is writing right now. Wilson Fisk went from kingpin to mayor of the biggest city in America and is going to bring his full criminal and political powers to bear on the superheroes who call NYC home. The man who once destroyed Daredevil has set his sights on the Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and more. And since it's Fisk, once he takes them all down, he's going to sign it. He's going to sign it. Crossbones, Taskmaster, Typhoid Mary, Shocker, Whiplash, Rhino, and Kraven. Fisk has an army of supervillains at his command, and it is just in his opening salvo. For years, Fisk has waited for this time to strike.
It's a good list of
awesome.
villains.
Yeah, so it's basically his Thunderbolts team. So Wilson Fisk, being the mayor, is going to run for president. He establishes his own Thunderbolts team, kind of like to enact his version of the Sokovia Accords, where basically like he's going after all the heroes, and all the heroes, any like vigilanteism is now considered against the law. So he's sending his Thunderbolts team after these heroes. So it was a good read, great first issue. Some of the best Daredevil stuff I've read in a long time. I haven't been reading Zdarsky's run on Daredevil. I picked this one up just because I thought the cover looked cool and the interior is actually surprising.
Cover does look really awesome.
There's a lot of variant covers for this book, but It has been a pretty talked about and anticipated little event book. So I'm excited to see what issue 2 brings. But that's my top 5 this week.
Was Typhoid Mary in Daredevil, the show? I remember she was in one of those shows. So. Iron Fist?
She might have been in Iron Fist. I can't remember. Dude. It's been so long since I watched those.
I think it's Iron Fist, season 2. I was trying to remember. I was like, I know I've seen her live action. I just couldn't remember when she was introduced. Good list, man. I'm gonna go check out that Devil's Reign I need to read those Ben Reilly Spider-Man books, man.
It sounds like you need to go back and read some other Spider-Man stuff too.
Yeah, I saw issue 180.
Yeah.
I haven't read a lot of the
Hey Kyle, what's up?
What up, Kyle?
So what's next? Hawkeye? Is it Hawkeye time?
Yes.
Hawkeye, yes.
Final topic.
Hawkeye episode Fizor. Final topic of the night.
So this episode, there's only 2 episodes left.
Yep.
And I felt like a lot of this episode felt like filler stuff. Like I'm trying to figure out how they're going to wrap up the story in 2 more episodes, because they just introduced.
They introduced a brand new. Yeah, they introduced a brand new plot line, which we knew was coming from the post-credit scene.
We did
Black Widow, but yeah.
Okay, real quick, I just want to say we're going to get into spoilers. So if you haven't seen the latest episode of Hawkeye,
do that.
Go do that, and then come listen to this later. Okay, so they show Yelena close to the Belova at the end of the episode,
dressed like Night Monkey.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
They didn't really do I was kind of hoping they would be a little bit more incognito until she gets her face mask. Like we all kind of knew it was her.
Oh, I knew it was her.
They kind of ruined it a little bit by having her wear the Black Widow cuffs. You know what I mean?
No,
like at that point, you're like, oh, it's Yelena.
I didn't even
for us that look at these things, all like read these articles and stuff. We all knew it was Yelena, but for the casual viewer, I just noticed that I was like, oh, they kind of spoiled it before her mask gets taken off. Just from a.
Well, you don't even see the cuffs until she punches the dude in the throat and shocks him.
Yeah, I didn't.
Who, Jeremy Renner?
I mean, no, when she hits Echo with it. Isn't it Echo she hits with it?
Yeah, and then she fights. She hits Echo. Echo runs, and then there's a fight with Kate, and then the fight with Jeremy. So there's a little bit of time between when she hits Echo to when the face mask when the mask is ripped off.
Yeah.
I just wish they would have been a little bit more.
Well, I was just mentioning your comment about the bracelet. Like I didn't even notice her bracelet's on there until that point where she hits that charge shot on Echo and shocks her.
Yeah, same.
I think that's kind of when
I noticed it.
I noticed that it was a Black Widow too.
I noticed it before that she was wearing them, but she hadn't used them yet. I've watched the episode twice now.
I think you're just perceptive, which is good on you. I didn't notice it. I don't think most people would have noticed it. Or maybe they would, and I'm dumb. Who knows?
Did you guys see that right after the episode? She was like, guys, I'm so excited for my episode to come out on Instagram. I'm so excited, blah, blah, blah. And she got blocked from Instagram.
Why?
They took down her post, yeah. But you have something in common because you posted something on our Instagram and it got taken down too.
That's true. I saw that.
I did a video that I used, and I used a song that was on the site, and then it said the song was copyright. So I just took the video down and put a different song.
Zach, I want Echo and Black Widow's sister to make out.
Can you believe that she has never been in any Alequa Cox? How do you say her first name? She's never been in anything else. This is the first thing ever. Marvel's going.
She's really good. That's
and she's actually deaf in real life.
Yeah, I had heard that.
Which I liked.
Yeah, that's
just
like the Quiet Place actress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Marvel's going for a lot of these turn
Lance on.
What? No, I just
said,
thought
because disabilities turn Lance on.
No, I just thought it was really cool that they
The way you can't
like
hear
the
makes them sweaty in the
representation,
pants.
the representation for people with disabilities. Like I thought it was cool that they didn't just get some big actor
to fake it.
Yeah, I don't know if she's actually missing her leg or not. I don't know if that's real.
I think that's accurate. Yes,
but I thought it was cool. No, what I was saying is, it seems like Marvel's getting a lot of these people from like the street, like because
no name actors. That's what this whole show is. No name actors.
Miss Marvel was just off the street, like no one had ever heard of her before.
No name actor.
Yeah, I like that. I love when I haven't heard of somebody and I don't have any other associations with them. This episode I wasn't as hot on though. It wasn't bad. It just didn't do a lot for me until the end. And then when the end came and I'm like, all right, now Yelena's here. We've got 2 episodes to resolve all this, unless they're going to do a season 2, which would be great. I don't know. So part of me wonders if the Madam Hydra thing is tied in with Kingpin and there's some correlation there. I don't know. I just wonder about that. I mean, I know Kingpin hasn't been confirmed, but you guys convinced me last week during the show that it's definitely Kingpin.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Vincent D'Onofrio was Kingpin.
Yeah, he's even wearing like the all black suit is from one of the Daredevil episodes.
Yeah,
he's wearing an all black suit. Who do you think the Rolex belongs to?
Belongs to his wife, aka the MCU version of Mockingbird.
Yeah, I believe that.
That's who she's going to probably be.
Whose wife?
Hawkeye's. Laura.
Oh, yes, think she's Mockingbird?
I think that
she is the MCU version of Mockingbird. I can almost guarantee it.
And I think that they're going to do something because, you know, the real Mockingbird is Bobby Morse, right?
Well,
right?
The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. one.
No, but Mockingbird in the comics is Bobby Morse. Like, there's no Laura attached.
But Bobby Morse could be her real name, and Laura could be.
That's what I was going to say.
An identity that she takes on after, because in the comics, she's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent that Hawkeye actually gets married to, and she leaves S.H.I.E.L.D. And so I think that name, that watch, is going to be hers, just by the way he talks about it.
And you know, that tracks.
She seems so invested in it.
She does. And so I was thinking she was ex-S.H.I.E.L.D., but I didn't think they were going to go so far as to make her Mockingbird.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably the case.
What's interesting though is in the comics, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, they're not married for very long. They get divorced, right?
I think Stick Boy would be a better one to go off on that one, because I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure they get divorced.
I just know they are married in the comics, and that this is a lot of her backstory.
Now, is she in the Matt so comic, what's the guy that wrote this book? Matt help me out. What's his name?
Fraction.
Matt. Yeah, thank you. Is Mockingbird in that book?
She has a lot to do with why he loses his hearing, because like they're fighting Crossfire, and Crossfire, like the ultrasonic technology that Crossfire uses is what damages Hawkeye's hearing. So that's kind of
why we really didn't get any explanation of why he's deaf. He's just first episode he's deaf.
Yeah, Stick Boy says that they split up. Not sure if they divorced.
Yeah, the show does say, Lance, though, that like, because I think Kate Bishop asks, and he's just like, they basically show clips of him with loud explosions all the time, and you know, he had a career with a lot of noise. So I don't know that you need anything special, but maybe they'll add a special reason why he lost his hearing. But I think it's easy enough to say he fought the Chitauri, he fought Thanos, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but to go from Endgame to this completely deaf, I mean, he can't even talk to his son on the phone.
Yeah,
like it just seems so drastic so quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so they do split up. It says they split up after a West Coast Avengers mission, but they don't. It doesn't say they get divorced.
I can't remember.
So, but it is definitely. I think she's definitely.
I think so too.
Yeah, definitely workman's comp case in the work for Clint. But I like that. Yeah, I like that subtle little nod to that character, and I think that's who it's going to be. Because I think they changed her name to hide her identity and to protect her children and all that. And that's why that watch is so important to him.
His house was like a deep cover.
Yeah, and it's been they've been
no one
very
even knew he had a wife.
They've been very secretive since the first Avengers movie, and like Lance just said, that no one knew he had a wife, an Ultron, but just how like you were saying, invested she thinks she seems, and like how he's so open to talk to her about things that are going on.
Well, she's looking things up for him, and she knows what she's doing,
understands. Yeah.
So, that's why I was thinking, oh, she's probably ex-Shield. But
she sits there talking in German to hide it from her kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the?
Yeah.
I like the little montage, the little holiday movie montage you got from them putting up the tree together,
which was great. If you weren't just having a 6-episode season. Felt a little long for a season of just 6 episodes.
He taught her how to turn the TV off with the coin.
Yeah,
that was funny. Yeah, like I said, the episode was good. It wasn't one of the best ones, but I still enjoyed it. I look forward to these coming out every single Wednesday, but I forgot that the time zones have changed, and so I was like up at Wednesday at like midnight, and I'm like, what the heck? Where's the episode? But they don't come out till 1 a.m. now because Pacific time.
Oh, yeah, they're an hour ahead of us. Yep.
Yep.
Or they're an hour behind us. I mean, Pacific time's an hour behind us.
Yeah. Freaking daylight savings, ruining my plans.
Stick Boy says he can turn off a TV with a bottle cap.
Yeah, it was good. It's just I mean, I was kind of bummed that there was no Kingpin reveal.
I think it's coming.
I think that's an episode 6 thing.
But it's coming, and then they're going to give us one more episode. Like, I kind of wanted more. I don't know. Like,
yeah. Okay, so Sticks brings up a very good point. How old is her aunt to have a TV that old? Especially because pretty sure earlier in the episode they show a nice TV in the house or in the apartment. So why the heck are they watching the TV on this the movies on this like 70s TV?
Maybe because they don't have VHS.
I got an TV too.
That could be. Oh, this episode also had more LARPers, so that was cool.
Yeah.
LARPers were very open to tampering with evidence. That was kind of surprising.
Right?
I was like, whoa. She just walked right up to these cops and was like, hey, can you tamper with evidence for Hawkeye? Yeah, sure. Like, really? That's okay.
When did the cops get his arrows? Did I miss that? Was that in episode 2 or something?
It was just that they would have collected them from evidence after episode 3 with that like fight when they were shooting the arrows and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what they were saying. Also, they haven't really explained the fact that the cops wanted to talk to her about her apartment still. I mean, it's only been a few days.
Swept under the rug, doesn't it?
They mentioned it, but yeah, it's like that really hasn't come back into play yet.
I just hope this isn't leading to a massive episode 6 cliffhanger. So they've only given me 6 episodes, and if they haven't announced a season 2, we have no idea. But they give me 6 episodes, and I got to wait a whole nother year for another 6.
Hey, if it means I get a season 2, I'm okay with a cliffhanger. It's not ideal, but if it means I get a season 2, I'm okay with it.
I just feel like they haven't done enough to deserve the cliffhanger yet.
I just like that you're getting more focus on Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye. Like, I think this is something that's
I like him more. I like him more than I did.
I like the whole comment of too. She's like, man, it's so inconvenient carrying around a bow. How do you do this? And he's like, collapsible bow. She's like, oh yeah, I should have thought about that. But
yeah, so I also saw
Jack. Go ahead.
I saw some people talking about how they like the attention to detail in this show, which was a great thing. They noticed how in Civil War, Black Panther breaks his bow in half, and then here you can see he's got it like taped up to like fix it in the middle there. It looks like. Thought that was cool.
Marvel is huge on the attention to detail stuff because they were called out so many times for plot holes or timeline issues and stuff that I'm pretty sure they have a whole team that looks over these things with a fine-tooth comb.
Oh, I'm sure, especially with the venturing into the multiverse stuff now, I guarantee you they have like a whole team that's just continuity. Like that, their main focus is continuity.
Well, I mean,
it's like
I know it's not the same, but the X-Men movies, man, the continuity on those is like so atrocious. Like it's so all over the place.
It's like Fox every movie decided, oh, we want to try this. Oh, we want to try this. And then
like none of it really made sense. And then they like did the reboot, and then they're like, no, it's the same universe. It's like, well, now none of this makes sense. Like none of this makes sense. When it was a reboot, it kind of worked, but
do you think this episode comes out the day before Spider-Man comes out? Do you think it's going to have any sort of connection to Spider-Man whatsoever?
No, I don't think so.
Nope.
Because they are in New York. So would they be happening at the same time?
I don't think that they're going to expect fans to watch a movie or a TV show on Wednesday and go to the movie Thursday, Friday. Like I don't think so.
They used to.
Yeah, they were little nods with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. if that's what you're referring to.
That's what I'm saying, just a nod. I'm not saying like some pivotal piece of information.
I don't think so still, because I don't think Spider-Man takes place at Christmas time.
Well, I mean, it might, because there is a bunch of snow in Doctor Strange's in the Sanctum Sanctorum, but we don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I mean, so maybe I'll be wrong. Who knows?
But I don't think it's at Christmas time. Well, from what we've seen from the preview, from the trailers, it doesn't look set at Christmas time.
Did you see that Marvel released the first minute of the movie today?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, but I'm not watching it.
Oh, it doesn't give you much. It looks.
I didn't watch it. Don't say anything. You're done. You're done. Let's.
You can tell from the trailer, so it's not even a thing.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
It continues right after Far From Home. Like it's nothing. It's like you could remove the credits and it'd be the same movie. Like that's all it is. Like he's looking at J. Jonah Jameson say what he says in Far From Home, and then he runs out of there. Essentially, like that's essentially the first minute of the movie. But so if we look at that, then we can kind of judge that it's probably not Christmas time, because was Far From Home during Christmas time?
No.
And this just looks,
it was their summer trip,
one after the other.
Yeah.
His summer trip, right?
Yeah.
That's right. So
so this would be
maybe
probably takes place this is probably after the events of Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would be I would think Spider-Man takes place before Hawkeye.
So do you think that
do
you think that the last episode is going to give any indication of some sort of multiverse? Like,
I'm kind of hoping not. I just want it to be a fun show. I don't need it to tie into that.
But Marvel never does really anything, especially like this, like because Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner, that's big money, right? To have them come in and do a TV show, it has to tie in.
I think it's setting up a Young Avengers. I think it's what it's setting up. I don't know that it's going to tie into multiverse.
How dope would it be if the last scene is ScarJo coming out of the multiverse, or like the like grizzled like ScarJo from the What If series, where it's only her and Clint Barton left when Ultron takes over, and she drops in front of him, or she comes out in front, and
it'd be cool. I'm just trying not to set my expectations too high, because man, I got burned with WandaVision. So if you've noticed I'm being a little pessimistic with some of your fan theories, that's why.
What was your burn?
WandaVision was great. I just thought in the finale there was going to be Mephisto. I thought that it was actually going to be Pietro, and then it ended up being some guy, which we
Richard
still.
I think it's still going to be.
It could Pietro. Be. It still could be. But we were thinking it was like legit multiverse stuff, and it wasn't really. It was more. Anyway, it was great.
It has tied. Like, I think that something she did adds to why the multiverse happened. Like, I think the events of Loki breaks the multiverse. I think I think those things happen at the same moment.
Boner.
You know what I mean?
Anyway, the point is, I'm trying not to overhype.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all.
And these
I did the same thing. Age of Ultron, I overhyped, and I didn't like the movie. So I'm worried about Spider-Man No Way Home for the same reason. Very worried about that. But
I'm worried about Spider-Man No Way Home, because the last time they tried to stuff this many villains into one movie, They've done it twice, and both those movies suck.
Yeah, but dude, you're getting a 3-hour, almost damn near 3-hour movie now.
And it's with characters we already know, so they don't have to like reintroduce them. That's what's helpful. Like they have to like all introduce them to a new Spider-Man,
costumes and like like there is stuff that they have to introduce.
Sure. I'm just saying it's not like we've never seen the Lizard before or Doc Ock or things like that.
So we know in the comics that Ned eventually becomes Hobgoblin, right?
Yep.
Or does he become Green Goblin?
No, Hobgoblin.
Do you think that now Green Goblin being in this movie will eventually lead to Ned becoming Hobgoblin?
No.
Because now that tech is there?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, with 3 more Spider-Man movies, maybe they could do that arc.
Because he just seems heavily featured in the trailers and stuff. Like he's mostly like he reminds me of the same thing as Luis and Ant-Man, and you know what I mean? Like kind of there for like the comedic stuff, but now like we see him trying to catch MJ before she falls off the tower in the trailer. Like he seems much more involved.
Well, I think he's much more involved because he's on the run, because he's considered an accomplice, so he's much more involved because he is involved.
Yeah. I think that there's room for Ned to be Hobgoblin in the next trilogy of movies they've announced, but I don't think it's going to happen in this one.
He lost it. No. I'm just saying that is this laying the ground, like laying.
I think it could.
I'm not saying that it's happening in this movie, but I'm just saying because he's got to like lose his mind and stuff because he's like Peter's best friend. Why would he then go and try to fight Peter? We know that potentially the trailer's misleading us so many times. We know that's
the point.
Doctor Strange running. Yeah, I know. We know that Doctor Strange from the trailer, we know that he's running that thing and that everybody's going to forget that he's Spider-Man. What if Ned forgets he's Spider-Man? And
that could lead to some issues.
Yeah.
Could be. Well, I've said my piece on this one. Is there anything else you guys still wanted to discuss?
No.
Kingpin better be in the next episode.
I think he'll be in the 6th episode.
That's the last episode.
I think that'll be your Christmas present.
I need more time than just like. I think he's going to be in the next one because I truly think he's going to be in Spider-Man at some point. Because we know Daredevil's going to be in Spider. We don't know, but we know Daredevil's going to be in Spider-Man. It only makes sense.
I hope they throw a swerve and you think it's D'Onofrio's Kingpin, and I even know he's dead, but at the last episode, the dude turns around in a chair and it's Michael Clark Duncan.
That guy died.
I know he did. But it's like a clip from the Ben Affleck Hawkeye movie where Michael Clark Duncan is sitting there.
Or it's Ben Affleck.
Yeah, there you go. Or it's like Vin Rames playing that character now or something.
I don't know. I hope it's the next episode because if it's the next episode, then he could potentially be in Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's not happening. But dream, you know what? Believe.
Lance. Why wouldn't he like at some point like be on a screen and like why would that be so far fetched?
He could have potentially show up in a if the rumors of Murdoch, and it's nothing new because if the rumors of Murdoch being in Far From Home, Daredevil are true, I wouldn't put it past D'Onofrio showing up in a Spider-Man movie.
I wouldn't either. I'm just saying I don't think he's in this one.
I don't think he's in this one either.
I don't think he plays a role, but I'm wondering, like, someone throws a newspaper down and his face is in the newspaper, like just some sort of.
I could see Kingpin being a three villain arc in the next trilogy. I mean, shoot, that guy's.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we'll see. I'm stoked. Next time we do a podcast, we'll have seen this movie.
Yes, I know.
Oh, there's something I forgot. I wanted, and it was not really geek news. I just thought it was hilarious. I didn't know if you guys saw it. I'm leaving Hawkeye now. Did you guys see? So Sex and the City had some new episodes or some movie or something like that.
They got a new series coming out.
Yeah, it's already out. So that I guess like the first episode, I thought it was a movie. I didn't realize it was serious, but the first episode debuted last night or a couple days ago or something. And Mr. Big, which I think is Sarah Jessica. It's Nolan, whatever.
Yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker's character's husband. Yeah,
he dies on a Peloton bike, and now Peloton is having to he has a heart attack on a Peloton bike, and now Peloton has had to come out and release a bunch of PRs and stuff that their bikes don't kill people.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
And I read that and I was like, shit, I want to bring this up on the show, and I totally forgot. Now we're almost done. So
yeah,
I just thought it was funny. They had to release a whole press statement saying, we know from the show that he smoked cigars and he ate a lot of fatty foods. So the Peloton bike probably made his life last longer. It didn't kill him. Like, they've had to play damage control.
oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That's funny.
So stupid.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I thought it was so funny. And Warner Brothers asked him if they could put a Peloton bike in the show, and they did not know that they were going to use it to kill somebody.
Yeah, they're gonna ask next time someone says, "Can we put one of your bikes on our show?" For what?
Yeah,
What's the purpose?
Who's dying on it?
Someone on their marketing team got chewed out. You know it. Like, someone like, why didn't you ask more questions before you said yes?
Yeah, who's dying on my Peloton bike?
But
That's
to come out with like people are stupid. They're gonna think the bikes kill people. It's a cardiac moment. Like, anybody can have a heart attack. You can be walking in the mailbox and have a heart attack.
Right.
Yep.
I just thought it was funny. Something to lighten up your guys' weekend.
Was funny. You're hilarious.
I don't know. People having heart attacks.
I didn't come up with any of this. I just read it and yeah.
People having heart attacks in funny lands.
Why do you gotta when you're having a haha? Why you gotta fucking do that? Why do you gotta do that? We're all laughing, and he's like, people died, Lance.
Yeah. The man had a heart attack, Lance. Dude, we did, yeah. Crazy.
So
not
Russians,
a Nazi, the
Nazis,
Nazi.
the
king
Nazi,
of Nazi,
apparently.
yeah.
We getting Russians, bots, and Nazis on the show now. I don't know what's happening.
Old AH himself made an appearance tonight. What a crazy time we live in, huh? Maybe the multiverse is already happening. Like,
I'm just bewildered of how somebody could type that in. Like, this is my new username, and YouTube wouldn't be like, wait a minute, like there's no like bot or something that stops us.
I don't know what is bringing them to us. Like, every week we have at least 3 Russians in there posting stuff, and now all of a sudden it's like it goes from 0 to 60 because it went from 3 Russians to now old Aldolf himself, just showing up. I just
crazy. I don't know what's
what
happening.
A night. What
our,
a night.
Our link for our page must be put somewhere that somebody grabbed it.
Right. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Or the keywords we're using are triggering the wrong people. I don't know. But is that a podcast?
Apparently the word.
Or maybe Nazis are really into Hawkeye. Like, I don't know.
Comic book podcast is like a new Nazi term or something. Who knows? But again, I apologize for anybody who watches the playback to saw that is offended by it. But yes,
I reported them, so I don't think anybody.
That'll be
I think it's gone.
The conclusion of tonight's episode. If you guys haven't done so already and you're new here checking us out, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you have a good time, Zeggy says you guys have made it. That's why. Yeah, I wish. If you guys had a good time tonight and this is your first time here, make sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button. If you're listening to this playback on Monday and you want to catch us live, you can do so every Friday night over at youtube.com/Absolute Geek Podcast, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you're listening to and you want to listen to the playback, you can do so on any of your podcasting platforms like Stitcher, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, pretty much iHeart Music, and pretty much anywhere podcasts available. You can find and listen to our beautiful, beautiful, sexy, and seductive voices. Next week, we will be back with Spider-Man No Way Home talk. No spoilers. No spoilers. Reminder, I know I did it at the beginning of the episode. I'm going to do it at the end, too. If you guys want to get some Absolute Geek gear, you can get it from our TeePublic link. You got new shirts in there. Great holiday gifts for the geek in your life. Also, we are doing our holiday special coming up on the 24th on Christmas Eve and New Year's. So let us know what your favorite clip is from the podcast over the last year so we can put that in the holiday special, or what your favorite event of 2021 has been. that we might have talked about, so we can put that in the New Year's special. But until next time, for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I'm Lance.
I'm Max.
And we'll see you guys, hopefully Russians and Nazi free next time.
All you freaks and geeks,
Come all you freaks and geeks. Let's listen to Absolute Geek.
Absolute Geek.
We'll go ahead and spread our cheeks
Spread the cheese.
and drink
And
some
we're for
Cosby wine.
we'll
Come
drink
on,
some
Absolute
Cosby wine. It makes me feel real fine. See you next time on the Absolute Geek.